The capitalist warrior digs his grave with a voice that could make demons quiver. He's a prognosticator, a truth giver, blasting through the speakers with deadly precision. His words cut deep, causing global division. The CIA levels of assessment, he's got them all, unmasking the lies, watching empires fall. Ruthless and relentless, he takes a stand, bringing a hammer down on the corruption of the land. No politician, no pundit is safe from his wrath. He's the business badass, here on the warpath. Ghost, predicting the future. Ghost, sparking synapses. Ghost, the badass of business. Yeah, now get ready. True Campus Radio starts right now. Now. Fucking punks.
How's it going, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me, folks. This is episode number 705. Episode number 705 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like to ask each and every one of you to please spread this show across the internets and throughout the world. Spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody you know, let them all know that the True Capitalist Radio broadcast is in effect and in the house. Once again, episode 705. Now, I had to do another show, folks, because let me tell you, there is a whole bunch of news that continues to come out as far as the Trump assassination anomalies are concerned, the J.D. Vance situation with the GOP convention. There is reports that Xi Jinping has had a stroke. In my opinion, I think that he was taken out by the communist Chinese. Oh, God.
Turn the fucking TTS off, you shekel grabbing Jew.
Why are you even doing it? If you have a problem with it, why the hell are you even doing it? All right? And look at Vox Artificials, hashtag free Captain Slapnuts. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. And the big one new with a Rumble rant. Hi, Grandpa. Did you figure it out yet, or how to use your computer? Yeah, shut up, asshole. All right? Anyway, look, this is episode, once again, 705 for all the folks that are keeping track. And let's go ahead and get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get through the markets, and then we're going to get through a whole bunch of other things that I think are very important today. So put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. We've got the Dow Jones Industrial reaching all-time highs, while the S&P and the NASDAQ slide considerably today. Dow Jones Industrial was up 0.59%, closing out the Dow at 41,198.0 points for the Dow Jones Industrial, all-time high there. And hold on, who the hell is donating as Thomas Matthew Crooks on Rumble Rants, all right? Hey, Ghost, I love your political insight. Anyways, gotta go. I'm not going to say that, all right? And Eddie324758 with a Rumble Rant, Slapnuts, and 5PP did nothing wrong. Yeah, they're just a bunch of annoying pricks, all right? Anyway, as I was stating, Dow Jones Industrial, 41,198.08. The S&P 500, not too good today. It was down 1.39% on the day, closing out the S&P at 5,588.27 points for the S&P 500. And the NASDAQ also took it majorly on the teeth today. I don't know if this is things to come, but the NASDAQ is down almost 3%. It was down 2.77% on the day today. NASDAQ Composite closes out at 17,996.92 points for the for the NASDAQ. And we've got gold sliding slightly, but it's pretty much anticipated that we're probably going to get some rate cuts here before the end of the year. I wrote an article about it on Ghost.Report, or you could probably read it on the article section of my Twitter or X account, that we believe there's somebody that's in the inner circle that sits on the board of a bank. They got a memo from the Federal Reserve that they're anticipating rate cuts in November and December. But let's just see what happens, all right? Anyway, gold right now is down slightly, 0.19%, closing out gold at $2,463.10 per true ounce of gold. The only reason I'm getting a little flustered is because Vox Artificials just did a Rumble rant, mod Matthew Crooks, and then some idiot named Thomas Matthew Crooks. Been watching your show for over a year. Also been playing JFK Reloaded, practicing for my big day. Dude, shut up, all right? Anyway, Roxass with a Rumble rant. Hey, Ghost, pretty good show, or pretty good Wednesday so far. I just wanted to ask, where's the Ghost show? Well, you're going to have to wait for a Ghost show, all right? There's other things in the world that need to be addressed, all right, as opposed to appeasing your little trolly little fucking feelings or whatever the hell, tickling your little troll asshole or whatever you're wishing I do. But anyway, oil was up today. Did you see oil? Oil is up 2.90%, closing out oil at $83.
I'd buy that for $1.
What the hell?
Free us all on Rumble and X.
Oh, God, for $30 so I can free everybody on X. Oh, that's great. All right, Rumble and X. I don't know about everybody on X, all right? There's a few people I'm going to keep on X. All right? There's some people I'm absolutely not going to, take off on X. So there's no price for those schmucks. All right? There's absolutely no price for those idiots. Well, excuse me, folks. While I'm sitting here doing a show, I've got to go and, unmute people here and unmute these idiots. And it's just it's a very tedious, ridiculous task to do so. All right? And look at this, trolling the interwebs with $20 Rumble rant, another $20 for the Freedom Fund. Oh, God. I mean, for a bunch of tards? For a bunch of tards. And no, lazy dude, I'm absolutely not. You can go over there and, jerk off with them whenever you want. I'm not, some people I am not unbanning. So, I don't care what you say. We're not unbanning those people. And of course, Thomas Matthew Crooks, do you or your fan? Listen, I'm not acknowledging who the hell is pretending to be Thomas Matthew Crooks on Rumble rants. All right, and what is it?
Captain slap nuts and 5-finger prostate punch did nothing wrong.
All right, nobody cares.
Free my niggas.
All right,
Hashtag free
no,
Captain.
nobody cares. All right, shut up. All right, we're taking people off, so just enough. All right. Jesus freaking Christ. I'm sorry, folks. We're trying here. All right, we're trying. So we're trying. There's a whole bunch of people that I have to unmute here, and this is going to be a tedious task. All right, but let me go ahead and take off as many people as I possibly can so I can get back to the broadcast. My apologies out there for this, and y'all are going to have to wait for X. All right? Y'all are going to have to wait for X. Anyway, I did my best on the damn unmuting of Rumbles. And I'll do X later on, for Christ's sake. And Rock says, is this the Ghost Show light? No, it's not. Anyway, let me go ahead and talk a little bit about the markets, because what have I been suggesting for the markets? Because I'm briefly skimming through it. I've been suggesting that this market right now is prime for anybody right now to start accumulating small cap or micro cap stocks. All right? They're at 25-year lows. I've been talking about it here for the past several weeks. And guess what? I'm not the only one who's thinking about it. Some of the biggest billionaires that have made billions in the stock market are doing too. Take a look at Drunken Miller. Drunken Miller may have done it again, loading up on small caps before the great rotation. So this is why I'm telling you, small cap stocks right now, I mean, these are long-term holds. All right? I mean, 25-year low for micro and small cap stocks. Me, I've got a whole bunch of holdings in the bio sector because, as I've been stating, with all this bird flu and the flesh-eating disease that they got over there in Japan and the dengue fever that they got in New Jersey and that there's all kinds of stuff. So who knows? And considering that I guess Trump is looking like he's going to be in the lead again, I could pretty much anticipate another shutdown of the country over some cold or something. So that's why I've got a whole bunch of money parked right now in micro and small cap stocks in the bio sector. And as I stated, You want to look for where these guys are investing, these institutional investors, the hedge fund managers, all right, the retirement fund folks. You want to know where they are investing. And if you see that institutional investment owns around 10 to 15% of a given stock, that's a decent sign, all right? That's a decent
We
sign.
appreciate everything you do bashing Trump.
Oh,
How do
God.
you feel about us giving you a show on our network? You
That's-
will get a
yeah,
bunch of
whatever,
money for
asshole.
bashing Trump, and you'd fit in any way given your Democrat tallying points.
I'm not
We
a
want you to
Democrat,
work for us.
asshole. And Eddie 324-758, are you going to talk about Iran? No, I'm not talking about Iran, all right? As a matter of fact, that little Secret Service memo that was released yesterday that Iran wanted to assassinate Trump, no kidding. There's no Iranian fingerprints on any of this stuff.
When are you gonna tell about Xi Jinping's story and the Trump assassination?
How about shutting up and maybe I'll do it?
I'd be sure to cover those stories this.
All
so
right.
if I were
Yeah,
you,
thank you. Shut your mouth. All right. Matthew Crooks again over there at a Rumble rant. I'm not gonna acknowledge that account. And Rox asks, if you're so bored, how about you know what? You're the first one banned. How about that shit? Get him out of here. You're bored? Here, let me help you. You're out of here. Stupid idiot. How do you like that shit? Anybody who says boring show, get him out of here. You see, thanks a lot. Hey, Drunk Aussie, or AKA Five Finger Prostate Punch. Look at these people. They're going right back in there. All right? If you're bored, get out. I don't even want you in here. Get the hell out of here.
Buy that for $1.
imagine the smell.
Yeah,
Imagine
great. All right.
the
Thank you for
taste.
interrupting the
Imagine
show.
the warmth.
All right. Anyway, as I was stating, micro and small cap stocks, I think everybody should be entertaining a position if you want my personal view. All right, let's briefly go over cryptocurrency here. And, dude, I'm not unbanning them now, Vox. Go fuck yourself. I'm unbanning them later, dude. I'm not interrupting my fucking show for you people to be, I'll go unban them. No, we're not playing that fucking game. I'll unban them the next show. I already unbanned a bunch of people. You people are interrupting my show. Go fuck yourself, all right? Anyway, Bitcoin. Let's get to Bitcoin here, all right? Bitcoin now is at $64,432.75. It is slightly getting another bump up. Remember, we took a massive contraction, going down to about 57K, and now we're coming back up. And I think that we're going to be seeing these types of swings coming back and forth. Remember, we just had Mt. Gox just throw a whole bunch of Bitcoin back onto the market. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. And hold on, wait a minute. Eddie 3247. Listen, don't make requests of me while I'm doing a show, all right? I'm not going to do that shit. All right? So don't make a request from me. I am doing a fucking show. So if your tard friend, all right, you stupid, ridiculous tard friends of yours got banned, well, they're just going to have to they're going to have to go to another fucking chat room because I'm not going to waste any more time unbanning a bunch of tards, all right? They just have to wait till the next show, and that's all there is to it. If you don't like it, then get the fuck off my show. I don't really give a shit, all right? If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid, dumb fucking assholes, all right? Anyway, as I was stating, let's move on to something else. I just wanted to briefly go over the financial portions of the broadcast because we have a whole bunch of things to discuss, all right? A whole bunch of things, for Christ's sake. And by the way, get the big one noob out of here, too. Get them all out of here. I'm not even fucking around. Kick them out of here. Anybody who fucking sits here and tries, I'm going to kick your ass out of the fucking chat room, all right? And great, Eddie 324758, you're a part of the tard right. What a shock, all right? I mean, what a shock. Anyway, let's talk about some things going on out here. This is an interesting article to go ahead and lead in with. Take a look at this. 4 in 5 Americans fear this country is sliding into chaos. And let me tell you, this is why I did not want Trump as the nominee for the GOP, because this is exactly what I expected. This is exactly what I expected. And look, let me tell you something. There are more anomalies. If you have not heard the last broadcast of True Capitalist Radio, then I strongly advise you to take a look at it. All right?
I'd buy
Oh,
that
great.
for $1.
Hey, thank you very
We
much.
interrupt this broadcast to announce that Vox.
Thanks for the $5, you idiot. I appreciate it, all right? Anyway, Devious Dave got my Ovaltine ready. Great. Anyway, as I was stating, 4 out of 5 Americans fear that this country is going into absolute chaos. And I absolutely believe it. All right. Now let's take a look at some more anomalies. All right. Kick President J. Kick all these people out of here. I'm not fucking joking around. Kick them out of here. Kick them all the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck who they are. Kick them out. All right. Kick them all out of here. All right. I'm not even joking around. I'm not in the mood today, dude. I am absolutely not in the fucking mood today. I'm tired of you fucking stupid trolls, for Christ's sake, all right? This is serious fucking times, and you idiots want to sit here and pretend like it's a big fucking joke. So as I was stating, before I got rudely interrupted by these jerk-offs, I talked about how I am not unbanning anything, Vox. I will unban it after the show. If you don't like it, I'll ban you. Yeah, thank you. Ban that idiot. Thank you. Ban that fool. Jesus Christ. Anyway, before I get interrupted, anybody else that talks shit, get them out. I don't want to fucking hear them. I don't want to see it. I'm tired of these tards. All right, get out. Piece of crap. Anyway, let's talk about some of these anomalies that have now unraveled in this Trump assassination attempt. We discussed them on the last broadcast. We're going to go ahead and discuss some more that have come about. All right? We're going to go to some more that are coming about. Now, this is something that is very interesting, and I want everybody to take a look at this. There are now at least preponderance of evidence that suggests that there was more than one gunman at this Trump rally in which Trump allegedly almost got assassinated. All right, so let me go ahead and show you a little bit of this evidence that there was more than one gunman. Put the PC shot on. Now, take a look at this video. This video will show you that not only was there separate gunmen, but that there were separate gunmen at possibly different directions. Take a look at this.
Take a look what happened.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Take a look what happened.
It ricochets right there. You see that?
Take a look what happened.
Now, as that happens, you see that person right there? One person goes down. All right. So, as you can see,
take a look what happened.
there are multiple different shooters here. As you can see, there are multiple different shooters. Let me play that one more again so you folks can understand what I'm talking about out here, because this evidence has just come out because of all the culmination of people that were there and the footage. All right, one more again. Put the PC shot. You know what? Get lazy dude out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Play it again.
Something to say. Take a look what happened.
Oh, jeez. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Anyway, do y'all see that ricochet off the railing? All right? Y'all see that shit? Play it again.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, look who it is.
Mass unban now.
No, and by the way, thanks for the $5, President J. Appreciate it. Play it again.
Take a look what happened. What happened.
Or it looks like it may have injured this person. Either way, there are multiple different shooters. 2 different people go down on the opposite side in which Trump was shot. Now, we know this. We know that this is happening because there's another angle that shows that these bullets not only hit these innocent bystanders here, and hopefully God rest their souls, and anybody who's injured, I hope they make a full recovery. But take a look at this. All right, take a look at this. It also hits a hydraulic system of a crane that's out there. Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Let me see if I can put this. Take a look at this. Play it. Now, everybody asks, what the hell was that? You see, that right there was hydraulic fluid because the hydraulic system had been hit in this crane that had lifted up some shit. All right? Do you see this? Do you see what I'm saying? So that is evidence that suggests that there was a lot of different shots at this particular event. All right? And hey, Tard, right, thanks a lot for the $2. We get it, all right? Okay, so We know that there are multiple gunmen or multiple shots, at least from the footage that we are witnessing. Are there any witnesses? Are there any witnesses that suggest that there were multiple shooters? Well, there are. As a matter of fact, there was one that was interviewed at the scene that I actually tweeted out, and we're going to go ahead and this woman is talking about a gunman that she saw on the water tower and a gunman that was behind a fence, not the gunman that was on top of the building. All right, play this. All right, here it is.
Hit the ground, and he kept standing. I was like, "You gotta get down, boy. You gotta get down. They're gonna shoot you." Because if they would have had like a machine gun, they could have taken us all out. So then we laid there for a while. And we saw different places where the gunshots were at, and then they got President Trump down. Secret Service did, and they took him out of there and got him off of the stage, and he was bleeding. And so then my son and daughter-in-law was back behind us, back behind the fence. And we was worried about them. We couldn't call them. And so we started trying to go after them then when they finally let us up. And they had been right by the fence where the other shooter was. There was one I heard in the water tower. There was one by the fence.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Hit the ground.
There was one by the water tower and one by the fence, according to this person here. All right? Play it one more again just so everybody hears it.
And he kept standing. I was like, "You gotta get down, boy. You gotta get down. They're gonna shoot you." Because if they would have had like a machine gun, they could have taken us all out. So then we laid there for a while. And we saw different places where the gunshots were at, and then they got President Trump down. Secret Service did, and they took him out of there and got him off of the stage, and he was bleeding. And so then my son and daughter-in-law was back behind us, back behind the fence. And we was worried about them. We couldn't call them. And so we started trying to go after them then when they finally let us up. And they had been right by the fence where the other shooter was. There was one I heard in the water tower. There was one by the fence.
One she heard at the water tower, one she heard at the fence. And you notice that she couldn't call her daughter for some reason. You know what I mean? And what are you talking about? Some shit did drop. 5 fingers. Oh, you know what? If it was a hydraulic fluid, shit would have dropped. God damn it, I hate you fucking people, dude. I mean, no wonder you people are all mostly vaccinated and are probably going to be gone in 10 years. I get it now, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, man. I don't even know why I try. I really don't. I really don't even know why I fucking try. I just, you people deserve whatever you get. You know what I'm saying? I do not understand why I have any optimistic for any of you fucking people. I have no idea. All right? Put the PC shot on. Now take a look again, all right? There, look what's going down. The shit's going down, you idiot. All right, look at it again. The shit is going down as the hydraulic fluid is spitting out. Jesus Christ, you people make me sick, dude. You people make me absolutely ill. And this is why I don't want to do a ghost show. I mean, do you think that I want to have any contribution to these fucking tards? All right, give me a break. And here's another audio file. Oh, God, man. Can y'all stop with this crap? I did some dangerous shit that I could still be prosecuted for to get Trump into office. Christ. You know what that means? I was on Epstein Island.
All right, this is stupid.
I literally have pedophile type.
All right, shut the fuck up with this stupid crap. Fucking AI, all right?
I'd buy that for $1.
Just to remind you, this never happens in Canada.
What are you talking about? No, the government does it to you over there in Canada there, boy, all right? Your boy, Fidel Castro's love child, a.k.a. Justin Trudeau, does that to you over there, boy. Now, here is another person that has posted their eyewitness testimony of what the hell they saw at this particular event that Trump almost got assassinated in. Here, play this person's testimony here.
Okay. So I am going to try to explain in detail where I was in front of Trump and what happened to the left of Trump, which would have been to the right of me. First and foremost, let me show you how close I was to put it in perspective. So with Trump facing me, I was to his left, but I was pretty close up there. Now let me show you the bleachers to the left of Trump, but to the right of me. Okay, so there's the bleachers to the left of Trump right there. which was to the right of me. The unaliving happened to the bleachers on the far right side of Trump. I'm over on the far right, or far left of Trump. These are the same bleachers. Watch the top left. These are the same exact bleachers. These are to the left of Trump. Those shots came from the back. Now watch it in slow motion. They came from the back. Those bullets came from the back left of Trump. Now let me show you what happened after those shots were fired. That was on the left side of Trump, where people are saying that shots were fired from behind the bleachers, and you can clearly see them, like, telling Secret Service it's from over there. It came from over there, and you can see people looking from behind the bleachers. This timeline of events that I just showed you all came from the left of Trump on my side. I don't know what happened on Corey's side. I don't, and I'm so sorry for what happened to him, but he is not the man that I saw. He's not. Something happened on the left side of the event. And I'm tired of people gaslighting me. I'm tired of people telling me that I was in a panic and I can't think clearly and I have no idea what I remember. I do. I'm a mother. I had to be super aware of my surroundings. The first shot was farther away, which would have been to the right of Trump because I was on the far left. The second shot sounded a whole lot closer, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, people are shooting everywhere. I have to get these kids on the ground. Stop telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Those two men were shot from behind the left side of the bleachers, to the left of Trump. I promise you that.
Okay,
you can hear people saying that the shooter's over there, the shooter's over there.
Yeah, we did hear that in the video. So I'm just giving you people's testimony. You know, there's a lot of anomalies. Once again, I'm not trying to say that this was staged, but I'm giving you the reasoning on why people believe that this may have been some kind of event that may have either been planned or let happen or some shit. You know, so what we're going to do here, since everybody is talking about multiple shooters in these videos that we're watching here, let's see how many actual shots were taken. All right, let's see how many actual shots were taken. Now, here's a video that shows how many shots were taken. Put the PC shot on. All right, listen to this. Here it is. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. So there's total of 11 shots in 17 seconds. 11 shots in 17 seconds. So that suggests that, you know, there was, I don't know how many shooters, why they were shooting, who they were shooting at, because they obviously weren't shooting at Donald Trump, in my opinion. Because if they were shooting at Donald Trump, I think Donald Trump would have had a litter of bullets, you know, in him. And thank God that it didn't. But in my view, that's what would have happened. And instead, we have all kinds of different bystanders. One person died because he caught a stray. And none of this makes any sense. And this is why some people are questioning, like, what the hell is going on? What is this crap? Well, funny thing is, folks, is that this family of crooks, the killer, you know, this Matthew Crooks kid, the family was actually being tracked by the Republican Party going back to 2016.
I'd buy that for $1.
And I'm not even joking around. All right? And Fruitcake Texan, the website blocked you because you probably charged back, and they're like, oh, well, fuck you, and you probably had to redo your car. They do that shit if you try to do that. So anyway, as I was stating, here is the report that shows that this Crooks kid and his family was actually monitored by the GOP. Take a look at this.
Channel 4 News can reveal that Thomas Crooks's father, the owner of the rifle that was used to shoot at Donald Trump, was held on a database and profiled by the former president's election campaign and identified by them as a strong Republican supporter, gun owner, and hunter. The information was compiled as part of a secret Republican project to gather data on millions of gun owners across America and use it to target pro-gun messages in the run-up to the 2016 election. And here's why they did it. The city of Pittsburgh is a key battleground in the critical swing state of Pennsylvania, so voters here are always heavily profiled and targeted by political parties, like the Trump campaign in 2016, which held voters' details on a database, including, as we've discovered, the shooter's family, Matthew Crooks and his wife Mary, who lived here at 2506 Milford Drive in Bethel Park. We know they profiled them using secret computer models to identify likely gun owners and enthusiasts, and Mr. Crooks scored very highly, 0.99 out of 1 for being a gun owner and 0.95 out of 1 for being a hunter. In fact, out of more than 19,000 people in Bethel Park who were profiled, Mr. Crooks was in the top 20, and the database classified him as a strong GOP or Republican voter.
Now, as you can see, all right, the Trump campaign was well aware of this person, and I just find that coincidental. I mean, doesn't anybody find that coincidental? And five-finger prostate punch, so what's the max fire rate of the rifle versus experienced shooter? I don't know what the fuck you're asking. President Jay, I thank you for kicking him out. Devious Dave, really hard to take anything you see online serious because people make money off engagement. Yeah, but you know, come on. I mean, you can look a lot of this stuff up for yourself and either validate it or invalidate it. I'm just presenting these anomalies that are rather coincidental. I mean, how did these people know, the Republican Party know about this family in this secret database that they have? And this was ran by the Trump campaign. Now, obviously, Trump himself has no idea of this. These are all the tech people, all right? The tech people that are behind Trump that have accumulated this data. Things that make you go, you know what I'm saying? Now, given all these anomalies, given all this stuff, what the fuck is happening, right? What is happening? Well, take a look at this. This was announced today. Homeland Security Inspector General to probe Trump rally security. All right, so now we got Homeland Security. They're going to investigate the Secret Service. Now, I don't know how that bureaucratic conundrum is going to actually wind down. I have no idea if this is going to culminate in anything. But this is what has been announced today, that Homeland Security is going to investigate this particular shooting. Now, we heard that Biden, right after the shooting, that he wanted a special investigation in order to investigate the shooting. And whenever you hear that they want an independent special counsel or an independent special investigation for anything, that's typically when the government has to come out and they have to go and create an official narrative for something. I mean, there's always an independent report going to anything that happens in the United States that needs a defined historical narrative, like the JFK assassination, like 9/11, these types of things. And once I heard Biden call for an independent counsel or an independent review of this, I know that there is something rotten in Denmark. I knew there was something rotten in Denmark. And remember, every time they do, it's always some conspiracy. And by the way, I tweeted about this, and I actually tweeted a video here. Put the PC shot on. I tweeted a video of George Bush Sr. at the eulogy of Gerald Ford, and notice how he discusses the JFK assassination and chuckles when talking about it, and then telling something to the conspiracy theorists. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Play it. This was at the eulogy of Gerald Ford.
After a deluded gunman,
look at him laughing.
President Kennedy, our nation turned to Gerald Ford and a select handful of others to make sense of that madness.
Gerald Ford.
And the conspiracy theorists can say what they will, but the Warren Commission report will always have the final definitive say on this tragic matter. Why? Because Jerry Ford put his name on it, and Jerry Ford's word was always
Do you see that? Did you hear that? That's why they had the Warren Commission. That's why you have Bush Sr. laughing, because truth be told, he had something to do with it. I mean, just look up the memo that was written by J. Edgar Hoover, where he was visited by then a CIA agent, a young CIA agent, George Bush Sr., right after the JFK assassination. So I'm just saying, I'm just giving you breadcrumbs. But the reason he's laughing is because, in my opinion, he was a part of it. And he's saying you conspiracy theorists can say what you want, but the Warren Commission will have the final say of what happened that day because Gerald Ford's name on it, and Gerald Ford was good. So when you hear any government, doesn't matter who's in charge, when they start calling for an independent counsel or an independent review of any kind of event that happens on this soil, you better know that they're trying to create a new narrative. So, I mean, this is just getting more and more wild here. We got Homeland Security that are going to investigate the Secret Service. I don't know if that's going to, do or culminate in anything. So anyway, we got Devious Dave. It's not a secret database. It's data aggregators. The DNC does it too. Anything you do online is collected and sold. So thank you for that there, Devious Dave. Cheers to you, man. And Camaro RS09, sorry if I'm late on the topic since my internet is bad, but I remember seeing a video where the Secret Service people were defeated by a fence. I'm going to get to that. You're right. You're way ahead of me. I'm going to get to that. Because, don't get ahead of me, all right? Now, there was a small interview with the actual Secret Service head, the person that is in charge of the entire Secret Service, which so happens to be a woman, and she refuses to step down. All right, take a look at this. Play this.
Who is most responsible for this happening?
What I would say is that the Secret Service is responsible for the protection of the former president.
So the buck stops with you?
The buck stops with me. I am the director.
God damn it.
Interesting theory discount, Alex Jones. But when are you
all
going
right.
to discuss?
Yeah, I'm going to. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Can we play this again, please? All right.
The Secret Service. It was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again.
The President and Homeland Security Secretary said today they had 100% confidence in you. But there are some members of Congress calling on you to resign.
I appreciate the Secretary's comments, and we're going to continue to be transparent and communicate with people.
You plan to stay on? Absolutely.
I do plan to stay on.
Look at that.
Who is most responsible?
Shameless bureaucrat. Now, at the very minimum, okay, I'm not saying that it was staged. At the very minimum, it was absolute gross incompetence, if not on the border of negligence.
All right.
And I'll get to the buy me a coffees in just a second, but it was downright, negligence, almost criminal negligence, if you want my personal opinion, by the Secret Service. And this person is not going to stand down, is not going to resign. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Anyway, let me get to these buy me a coffees here. And cheers to everybody out there who is, not being a fucking troll bastard. I have no idea. I refuse. I absolutely refuse to acknowledge any of these trolls during this show. So if you're a troll, fuck you. Like this idiot bitch. I'm gonna read all this? No. Fruitcake Texan, did you block my donation alert, donos, or is the website fucked up? I saw you made your shit list. I'm surprised you'd betray me. Just shut up, all right? And Matt, so you're telling me this 21-year-old nerd kid had no social media, no Fortnite account, no Discord? Well, actually, I read he did have a Discord. No Reddit account. Nobody knows who the kid was. He only have 3 random videos online of this guy. He wasn't doing it for the Vine. No Snapchats. 0 friends after high school. Yeah, no shit, this is fishy. You know what, Matt? No shit, this is fishy. That's why we're discussing these different anomalies. We discussed that particular person and whether or not that was the real person on the last show. Now we're talking about other anomalies now. Now, somebody had just donated a Rumble rant talking about this. Maybe the reason why Homeland Security wants to investigate is because you're talking about criminal negligence. Take a look at this. This is what this person in Rumble was talking about. Here is this is the police with Secret Service unable to breach a gate in order to get access to that building right back there where allegedly the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, is. All right? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Kill that motherfucker!
They gotta use a car. They gotta use a fucking car.
Fucking hit it like you mean it.
Are you kidding me? Who set up this shit? Who the fuck set up this crap? That's Secret Service and the police. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. Somebody didn't want these people to be in this area. All right? I mean, come on, man. The Secret Service didn't think about this at all. This is what the Secret Service does. Local cops, nobody out there. This is utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. So as I was stating, at the very minimum, it was criminal negligence. At the very minimum. And somebody needs to be held accountable. But if you do entertain the fact that it was staged, well, why was it staged? I mean, why was it staged? Well, we don't know why. Many folks in the inner circle believe that there is a foreign element to this particular, if you want to call the staging event a conspiracy, if you believe that, then many people believe that there was an outside nation state that was involved in this. And Derwicking, who happens to be a member of the True Capitalist Radio membership room, he talks about how he believes that there is a Russian connection with this particular incident because obviously Trump is really, really close to Putin, Russia. I mean, and guess what? He was absolutely right. Take a look at this. Russian channels are reporting that the female, quote, Secret Service agent, and that isn't a Secret Service agent, folks. They're not going to let some stupid broad out of Russia come into the fucking Secret Service agency. This means that most of these people here are private detail of Donald Trump. All right, this broad right here, the female bodyguard who covered Trump from the bullet is Irina S. All right, master of sports, hand-to-hand combat and karate. She's a student of the Rise On coach master of sports, Olga Novikova, and honored coach of the Russian Evgeny Zikharov from the Razan Federation of Hand-to-Hand Combat. So right off the bat, that's a little fishy, okay? That's a little fishy that there is somebody who is Russian, which, there's always something with Russia, Trump. I mean, I don't understand why Trump would even do this. But as I was stating, here is a Russian connection. Now, another interesting connection, which I don't know if it means anything, is the connection with the victim that died on that day. The victim that died on that day, I tried to look into anything I could, and he seemed like a regular civilian to me. This Corey, I forgot his last name. It's very hard to pronounce. Coppertapa. I'm sorry I'm butchering his name. But I tried to look in to see if there was anything that could potentially have made him, I don't know, maybe a potential target. I mean, he took a perfect headshot to the head. Well, a very interesting development that was forwarded to me, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Now, I don't know if this means anything, but this Gus Coyote guy found out that the building in which this Thomas Matthew Crooks was on top of apparently is called ARG International. And there is the address of the building, 615 Whitestown Road. Now, if you look up AGR International, you'll find that it is a international industrial polymer company making plastics and that sort of thing. So that doesn't really mean much, but what it does, it does put into question, I mean, this AGR obviously has places all over the world. They've got it in Bangkok. They got an AGR in China. They've got AGRs in Moscow right here. Take a look at this Moscow. So the possibility of this building having accessibility to foreign agents isn't out of the question, in my personal opinion. All right, so this is AGR International. That was the building that Thomas Matthew Crooks was on. And Five Finger Prostate Punch, all those women SS agents are not a single sandwich to be seen. Oh, that's horrible. All right, we get it. Not a single sandwich to be seen. And Eddie, it's almost like America is a melting pot of nationalities and ethnicities. And we've got enemy extremists. Do you think that it's possible there were two shooters? I just said that that was a possibility. Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, AGR International. All right, International Polymer Corporation. And the reason that's so interesting is because the guy who got shot, put the PC shot on, this Corey Capatori. All right, this Corey Capatori actually was employed for 30 years at AGR's competitor, JSP International, and recently retired as a head engineer and tooling engineer. All right, and take a look at this. Just to validate this, man killed at Trump rally was engineer at plastics company. All right, Corey Capatori died while shielding his wife and daughter from gunfire. Corey Capatori was a man who was shot and killed at the Trump rally while shielding his family from gunfire. He was an engineer at JSP International, maker of expanded polymer products, according to the report from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Now, everybody that's reporting on this guy is reporting that he was a chief of a fire department, which is not untrue. I mean, it was a volunteer fire department. But in actuality, he was an engineer at the competitor of the building in which Thomas Matthew Crooks was on. Now, does that mean anything? I don't know, but I always look at these types of coincidences and ask, what are the odds? What are the odds? So, does that mean anything? I have no idea, but, I mean, what are the odds that of all the people that get shot, that take a stray bullet, is this guy that just retired from a competitor from the building in which the shooter allegedly took the shots at Trump? And moreover, one thing that's also bothered me is that even though Trump supposedly got shot in the ear, we have no record, or the Trump administration or Trump's people have not released any information on his condition. Like what exactly it was, what exactly
I'd buy that for $1.
is the yeah, I'm not doing that. All right, I'm not doing that. Anyway, look, aside from that, what always bothered me is even though he was shot and grazed in the ear, and you could see him,
I'd buy that for $1.
you can see him, hold his ear, right, as he goes down to the ground. You see him hold his ear, and he comes back up, and he has a bloody ear. What really bothers me about this scene is that there's no blood on his hand. Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. There's no blood on his hand.
For $1.
No blood on his hand whatsoever. Now, how the hell are you going to be shot? And we saw him like hold his ear. We saw him like put it to his ear, and there's no blood on his hand. And you could go and look at all these different pictures of Trump. There is absolutely no blood on his hand whatsoever. No blood on his hand. Look, I'll show you another picture, for Christ's sake. Not even joking around. Here, let me show you another picture. No blood on his hand, which really, that doesn't make any sense to me. Does that make any sense to you? Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. No blood on hand. No blood on his hand. Here, can we get a fucking close-up even? No blood. No blood on his hand. All right, I'll give you one more picture. All right, one more picture. Put the PC shot on. No blood on his hand. No blood. So that kind of bothers me. All right? That kind of bothers me a little bit. So that's another tidbit. That's an anomaly. That's like, what the hell's going on here? All right? But aside from that, that's the conclusion of like all the anomalies that yours truly can pretty much come up with at this point, because the developments are continuously coming out. And I mean, it just gets more and more confusing, in my opinion. It gets more and more confusing. And moreover, what gets it even more confusing is that right after the assassination attempt on Trump, Trump makes this very bizarre call to Robert Kennedy Jr. And Robert Kennedy Jr.'s son actually captures it on video. And it's a very, very bizarre call. And I'm going to try to put up this this audio in order for everybody to hear this, because, you know, Trump kind of talks very low because he's on like kind of a speaker cell phone. But listen to what he says. He talks about how he knows vaccines aren't good. He knows that, you know, he's seen babies change after being vaccinated. I mean, why is he talking about this when he was the guy that signed off on Operation Warp Speed, for Christ's sake? I mean, why is he talking about that now? Here, let me see if y'all can hear it. Play it. Here it is. Hold on, pause this. Hold on, pause this for a second, all right? Don't unban these kids, put them in the wood chipper. All right, thank you very much. All right, can everybody just fucking piss off here? All right? Jesus Christ, man. I'm sitting over here trying to fucking kick some knowledge to you idiots. Put the PC shot on. Here it is. Play it. Oh, jeez. Here we go again.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey, no mass unbanned, but thanks for the cash, dude. All right, here it is. Let's continue. Let's go ahead. Let's put it up even louder, dude, because that doesn't, you can't even hear shit. Let's put it up even like 10 decibels. All right? Listen to this call. It is a bizarre call right after Trump had gotten the assassination attempt. Play it.
Something's wrong with that whole system. And, you know, and it's the doctors you find. Remember I said I want to do small doses. Small doses. When you feed a baby, Bobby, a vaccination that has like 38 different vaccines, and it looks like it's meant for a horse, not a, 10-pound or 20-pound baby. It looks like you should be giving a horse this. And do you ever see the size of it, right? It's just massive. And then you see the baby all of a sudden starting to change radically. I've seen it too many times. And then you hear that it doesn't have an impact, right? But you and I talked about that a long time ago. And anyway, I would love you to do something. And I think it would be so good for you and so big for you. And we're going to win. We're going to win. We're way ahead of the guy. And, he's interesting. It was very nice, actually. He called me, and he said, how did you choose to move to the right? Because, so I guess that's, people see, if I was looking straight on, right? He said, I said, I was just showing a chart. I didn't have to tell him the chart was on all the people pouring into our country, right? But, I just turned my head to show the chart, and something wrapped me. It felt like a giant, like the world's largest mosquito. And it was a bullet going right. It was, what do they call that, an AR-15 or something? That was a big gun. Those are pretty tough guns, right?
Well, look, I know many of you people are like, oh, what if it's AI? Because y'all are fucking Trump idiots. But no, it was validated by RFK. He actually apologized for that video being leaked because it was his son that actually leaked it. So you could go look on his X account, and he apologizes for leaking that particular conversation with Donald Trump. So this is 100% legit, and it makes no sense. I mean, notice how nonchalant that Donald Trump is acting in this particular conversation with RFK. And then he goes along and says, hey, I've seen it for myself. These vaccines, they put these huge vaccine amounts that are amount for a horse into a baby, and I literally see these babies change before my eyes. If he knows that, then why the fuck would he even approve Operation Warp Speed? I talked about this on the last broadcast. All right, that this guy, Donald Trump, came out and said that he would rather have Joe Biden in office than having anyone vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. All right, let me go ahead and pull that one up. All right, take a look at this. For all those that don't believe me, put the PC shot on. Trump rails against RFK Jr., calling him a wasted protest vote. And here it is right here. He said it would be a wasted protest vote, and he'd even take Biden over Jr. Here it is right here. He'd even take Biden over Jr. And then here he is calling RFK Jr. right after that, he has that assassination attempt, talking very nonchalant, talking like, a chattery woman.
I'd buy that for $1.
I mean, you got to be kidding me, for Christ's sake. You got to be kidding me. So this is what makes this so bizarre. Now, look, I did say that Trump, when he was running for office,
I'd buy that for $1.
when he was running for office,
Lou at his index finger and thumb, you fucking retard. I cannot believe you're going the staged route.
Oh, my God. Well, dude, listen, there should be more blood than that. And not to mention, it was an AR-15 variant that supposedly grazed his ear. Take a look and Google AR-15 wounds and take a look at what happens. Take a look at what happens when you're, out there AR-15 grazed, dude. I mean, chunks of shit are going to be coming out of you. So I just, it's hard for me to believe that, but hey, believe what you want. Believe what you want. Anyway, look, lest we forget that in 2016, Trump was going to put a vaccine commission headed by RFK in order to figure out what the hell is going on with vaccines. That unfortunately went out the window when Bill Gates told him not to do it. So, goes to show you that Trump is a soulless cash whore and would do anything for money. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, take a look at this. I don't mean to be, bringing this to so early in the show, but take a look at this. Chinese-made T-shirts cash in on Trump's defiant response to the shooting. So, everybody, this guy will sell a shirt, right after he supposedly got shot. He'll sell Bibles. All right, he's selling NFTs. He's got a fucking crypto out there. I mean, this guy will grift on anything. Anything. And what is this? 832478. The ear doesn't have enough mass. To cavitate. That's what causes the biggest wounds. Christ, I hate people talking about wounds. Well, I mean, his ear is still intact. I mean, let's take a look at it. I mean, for all those that don't believe me, his ear is still intact. Let's go ahead and take a look at a video or a photo I think I have of it. I mean, his ear is still intact, for Christ's sake. I don't understand how an AR-15 variant. I mean, take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. I mean, I don't see where the wound is. I don't see where the graze is. I mean, he should have some of his ear flapping off. I don't see where the graze is here, in my opinion. So you figure it out what you want. I mean, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from this because look, we get it. All right, we're going to agree to disagree, but let's move on from this because there's other things that we want to discuss. Because why? Okay. Well, folks, let me tell you what I think. If you want to believe that it was staged, let me tell you why I think it would be, even though, there's no evidence of this other than circumstantial evidence that could be potentially constructed to view this from this viewpoint. But this is my opinion. If it was staged, Trump knew about it. Okay? If it was staged, Trump knew about it.
I was on the fence for which party I would vote for this election, but this Fai shooting has convinced me that Trump is not fit for office. Plus Joe Biden has better foreign policy that benefits me specifically because he wants to strengthen NATO.
That's correct. I'm glad people are starting to recognize that what's on the ballot in this goddamn election is foreign policy. Okay? But anyway, he knew that it was staged. Now the problem, if Trump was to stage this event, he has to have a whole bunch of conspirators. Now, unfortunately, what Trump probably didn't foresee is that the conspirators that'll stage this event now have something over Trump. Now they have something over Trump. So they have put Trump, in my opinion, after this so-called assassination attempt, they have put Trump in a corner. And in my opinion, folks, that's why Trump, if you've been looking at the damn GOP convention, he looks like he's trying to take a large dump and he's constipated. He looks disgusted that he's there. And why? Because, folks, what's happening right now at the GOP convention, what's happening right now is a coup of big tech taking control of the GOP, and they have usurped Trump and his own ego and all the bullshit that he's willing to do. They've usurped him and have used his popularity in order to force him in a position to take the party in this new, very, very bizarre, liberal-like direction. And it starts with a list of people that I just tweeted out. This is big tech, all donating millions and millions of dollars into the Trump campaign now because they have taken control of it. Put the PC shot on. I tweeted this earlier. I caution people, this is a GOP big tech coup. Trump's sons and the MAGA chattering class are involved in this. The true motive behind this is what's behind all the JP Vance choice, because this is an off-the-wall choice. All right, JD Vance. It makes no sense. This guy came out of nowhere. Legitimately came out of nowhere. And you want to know why he came out of nowhere? Because he has been personally financed and backed up by Peter Thiel. This guy went from nothing to something by Peter Thiel just fucking funneling this idiot money. For this particular reason right here. And by the way, here are all the names. Here they are. By the way, it's being tweeted out by David Sachs, which is one of the biggest contributors. He was just fucking talking at the first day of the GOP event, by the way. Here are all the people that are the billionaires that are from tech that are donating massive amounts of money to Trump's campaign now. Ben Horowitz, Bill Ackman, Cameron Winklevoss, Doug Leon, Elon Musk, Egohan McCabe, Ken Howry, Kyle Sanami, Mark Anderson, Jacob Hellberg, Joe Lonsdale, Palmer Luckey, Peter Thiel, Sean McGuire, Trevor Triana, Tushar Jain, and Tyler Winklevoss. So this is a big tech coup. And look, I mean, it was the Suns as well. I mean, I think the Suns also cornered Trump into this position. Because take a look at this. I'm not joking around. All right? It was Trump's sons and those that are close within the chattering class. You know, the Bet Davids and the Tim Pools and these fucking morons that have pushed Trump into this position. Because take a look at this. For all those that don't know, I mean, Trump was legitimately pressured into doing this at the fucking last minute. Take a look at this. Inside the story, how Trump chose J.D. Vance as his running mate. Once a critic, Vance repositioned himself as a faithful ally eager to defend Trump on TV and carry the torch for younger generations of MAGA figures. All right? With the clock ticking to the Republican National Convention last week, Donald Trump met privately to discuss his running mate search with two of his closest advisors, his sons. The conversation quickly turned tense when the former president indicated that he was leaning towards Doug Burgum. Until recently, the larger unknown governor of North Dakota, but someone whose low maintenance, no drama personality would never threaten to outshine Trump. That's when Don Jr. and Eric Trump chimed in. Don Jr. and Eric went batshit crazy. Why would you do something so stupid? He offers nothing. He offers us nothing. So they were basically like JD. So what has happened here, folks, is that everyone that's around Trump right now, all right, unbeknownst to him, because he thinks that you're just supposed to be undying loyal to him. But all these people that tried to show that they were loyal, they have now used his popularity in order to usurp the Republican Party into this very bizarre direction that the Republican Party is going into. And who the hell is J.D. Vance? This guy came out of nowhere. Who the fuck is this guy? All right, who is this guy? By the way, his name is really James Donald Bowman. And if you take a look into this guy's history, if you really dig deep, he's gone by several different aliases. He almost reminds me of Barack Obama in the fact that this guy, believe it or not, came out of nowhere. You know, he's like you know how Obama was like, hey, I was this poor guy, you know, I'm just a guy from Hawaii, and all of a sudden he came out of nowhere, went to the Harvard Law Review, was the head of the Harvard Law Review, and just catapulted out of nowhere. Same shit with this fucking Vance character. Take a look at this. After graduating from high school from his hometown in Middletown, Ohio, Vance served from 2003 to 2007 as a combat correspondent with 6 months in Iraq. So he's probably writing for the military magazine. Then attended Ohio State University and graduating in 2009. He graduated from Yale Law School in 2013, excuse me. And then in 2016, he writes his memoir. I mean, same thing as Obama. Same thing as Obama. Obama wrote his memoir in his 20s, Dreams of My Father. And by the way, there's a lot of suggestion that Obama didn't even write his own narrative, that it was actually Bill Ayers. But that's a whole other issue. I'm digressing. But he writes his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, and it became a New York Times bestseller and was made into a feature film in 2020. How the fuck does that happen? It describes his upbringing in the Rust Belt with poverty and drug addiction and the Appalachian culture. Sounds like a little like fucking Hillbilly Clinton. It attracted significant press attention during the 2016 presidential election. Vance defeated Democrat nominee Tim Ryan in the 2022 United States election in Ohio. So this guy literally wrote a book, all right, and went from writing a book to all of a sudden winning a Senate seat in 2022, and now this son of a bitch is vice presidential candidate. I mean, give me a break. No one knows where this guy came from, but if you take a look, it all goes back to big tech and Peter Thiel. All right, it all goes back to them. Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. J.D. Vance launches a venture capitalist fund to start up.
I'd buy that for
Jesus
$1.
Christ! What? It's an audio file, folks. What the hell?
Ghost, hi Ghost, it's horsing around. Let me just go ahead and slam the ham for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, whoops, I forgot. I'm a horse with a 50-inch long cock that's thicker than Popeye's arm.
What the hell is that?
I broke my fucking table.
All right, I'm sorry, folks. Somebody donated an audio file, for Christ's sake, all right? I'm sitting over here trying to, get through some serious information here, and this is the kind of crap that I get. Anyway, who funded this venture capitalist fund for J.D. Vance? Who funded it? Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel and Steve Case, the former creator of AOL. You know, it's unbelievable. It's just, I just can't believe people are just so gullible for this stuff. All right, this is clearly a big tech takeover. Clearly a big tech takeover. And this is a guy, by the way, because you have to believe that Trump is picked J.D. Vance against his will. Because this is a guy that, called him a moral disaster and possibly America's Hitler. Okay? This is the same guy. This is the same guy out here that called him America's Hitler. And I quote, I go back and forth between thinking Trump is a cynical asshole like Nixon, who wouldn't be that bad and might even prove useful, or that he is America's Hitler. All right? This is fucking disgusting, man. He said that Trump was cultural heroin and just another opioid for middle America. Give me a fucking break. Look at this. Fellow Christians, everyone watching us when we apologize for this man, Lord help us, he tweeted after the Access Hollywood tape. All right?
there is no moral equivalence between the anti-racist protesters in Charlottesville and the killer and his link. So this fucking guy did not like Trump for a long, long time. And then miraculously, in the past couple of years, he weaseled his way into this guy's inner circle and is now a fucking vice presidential candidate? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It makes sense when you realize that this guy has been financed wholeheartedly by Silicon Valley, particularly Musk, Peter Thiel, and these folks that are trying to monopolize big tech. Because guess what is a big issue of Vance? He wants to rein in big tech, supposedly. He wants to regulate big tech. When you start hearing regulation, folks, that means that they want to secure the monopoly for a group of small people. Remember that. Regulation means that they are trying to monopolize for a small group or a single group of people. I mean, try to get yourself into the cigarette business. You ain't going to be able to do it because it's so overregulated. The only people that are going to be able to play in that game are those that can afford it. So what he's planning on doing, whatever policy he's trying to explain in this big tech rein-in, he is going to be helping the folks that are backing him up and the campaign up. And it's a big tech clusterfuck. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And by the way, MAGA, the folks that are a part of the racist contingent, we do have a lot of racist contingents in MAGA. They're going nuts over J.D. Vance's wife. They can't believe this. See, look at MAGA makes racist attacks against J.D. Vance's wife. Take a look at that. And by the way, there's his wife. And another very seriously interesting connection is that J.D. Vance is very close to a lot of Indians. The person that ran his defunct nonprofit organization that I'm going to talk about in a minute is Indian. He's very close to Vivek Ramaswamy. He named one of his children Vivek. And this is just starting to, look, I have nothing against Indians, but I mean, this guy has is he a part of the caste system? I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. All right, but they're making racist attacks against his wife.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey, hold on just a second. We got to buy me a coffee that I want to acknowledge here. Let's see what it is. I think it's Mike. Put the PC shot on. We got a couple of them here. Froppy said there was no shooter. Trump's ear just kind of did that. The shooter was a hologram and Corey was Neuralink plant. All right, we get it. 281 Radio Graffiti. Don't ban these kids. Put them in the woodshed. And Michael Wallace said, hey, Ghost, I just found some breaking news I thought I'd share. I just found out from my father that Joe Biden has just tested positive for COVID. Well, you're getting ahead of me because I think that that's it for America because they're going to push out Joe Biden after this as well. So this is, we're going to have the same shit, different plate. All right, the same shit, different plate. I hate to say it. That's why I'm abstaining from voting in this election. I'm not going to vote. Anyway, let's go back to J.D. Vance's nonprofit. Take a look at this. Business Insider report, J.D. Vance created a sham nonprofit boosting himself instead of Ohioans. Now, for those that don't know, after he went to Silicon Valley and Peter Thiel fattened his pockets and he wrote that stupid fucking memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, he came back to Ohio with a little fucking money in his pocket and he decided that he was going to create a nonprofit organization. And the nonprofit organization was called Renew Ohio. Our Ohio Renew, my bad. Our Ohio Renewal. Now, what ended up happening is, folks, is that this nonprofit was just more grandstanding.
I'd buy that for $1.
Ghost is the right-wing destiny.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Anyway, now don't compare me to that fucking pedo. Anyway, as I was stating, he was out here creating this makeshift nonprofit organization, and what this article says is that during that time, he didn't take any donations. As a matter of fact, he made less than $50,000 in donations, which didn't require him to report to the IRS. But then came a scandal in which
it found that its nonprofit organization actually paid more in salary and expenses, quote unquote, than it actually did for the actual nonprofit cause. And he's taken a lot of flack for that, but this particular story has been brushed under the rug. But this is where the narrative is created, because he comes back here in 2017, he claims that he's not going to run for anything, and then goes and runs for office. And it's just, I mean, this stupid little nonprofit made him look good with the old good old boys up there in bumfuck Ohio, and these idiot Ohioans elected him into office. And he was just sworn in last year. He was sworn in as a senator last year. And now he's the vice president candidate. Now he's the vice presidential candidate. I think there's something rotten in Denmark. And moreover, the guy looks like a creep. I mean, I don't know about you, but at least Obama, you know, at least he was some long-legged Mac Daddy that knew how to, like, talk jive. And, you know, he actually had some fucking charisma that goofed people and shit. What the fuck does fucking J.D. Vance have? What is he? I don't get it, man. He's like worse than Ron DeSantis when presenting himself to people. He looks like a fucking Woody Allen butt-loving pedophile. I mean, where's the beef? I mean, what are we supposed to be like, yay, spaghetti about? What are we supposed to be? It's ridiculous. Jesus Christ. And by the way, have y'all seen this, this convention? All right, this ridiculous fucking convention. By the way, take a look at this. All right, RNC, the first night, was watched by 18.1 million people, but 75% of those people were 55 years of age or older. So I don't know why you've got the Republican Party trying to appeal to young people. I mean, it almost looks like the 2008 Democratic Party convention with Obama. I mean, have y'all seen this? This was the first day. Did y'all see the first day? Oh, my God. It was so bad that fucking Donald Trump was going to sleep. Did you see this? Fucking Donald Trump was going to sleep at his own fucking convention. I mean, he was like, oh, God, I'm take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. I mean, Donald Trump was legitimately going to sleep and during the first day. Now, you would think that this gives him a boost, you know, the assassination attempt, and you know, he should be riding high. I mean, don't get me wrong, he should be thanking his lucky stars that he's still there. But take a look at this, look.
Ever since he got here, he hasn't done anything for the people who he wrote this moving book about in terms of his own background. I mean, that's very hard to run from. That's going to stick to him, I think.
Look, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being, wanting to go to sleep. Did you see his entrance into the Republican National Convention? Did you see this? I got to show you this. All right? Let me tell you something. There's a lot of things to observe here. There's a lot of things to observe, and I think we should observe them together. First of all, you got J.D. Vance next to Mike Johnson. Now, Mike Johnson, in my opinion, is a big part of whatever the fuck is happening in this coup on Trump. Now, watch Trump as he walks. He looks completely disgusted to be there. He looks utterly disgusted. Look at this shit.
And gentlemen, please welcome the next president of the United States.
Look at him. He looks disgusted to be there.
Trump.
He looks utterly disgusted to be there because he has been forced to do something he doesn't want to do. You never see Trump look like this. Never. He always has that very confident, arrogant look. You understand? He looks upset. Now notice there's no women. Notice there's no women involved in his security detail, and these guys look like legitimate Secret Service agents. You know what I mean?
My lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom.
Now look, I want you to take a look. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you hear how Grindr activity?
Yes, I'm gonna get to all that, you stupid moron!
Anti-gay stuff is
Shut up! I'm gonna get to that, you stupid moron! Shut the fuck up! Jesus Christ, shut up! Oh, you fucking motherfuckers, dude.
Actually, Trump was closing his eyes while a prayer was being made.
Yeah.
This has been debunked already.
Yeah, he's praying
Keep
and he wants...
showing us more of your Jewish lies, Mr.
He's
Ghosty.
praying because this fucking whole shit, he has nothing to do with it. He has nothing to do with this shit. And there's an audio file. What the hell? What the hell is this? What the hell is this shit? I'm sorry, this is an audio file somebody donated. Ah, give me a break! Give me a break with this crap! Alright, give me a break. Shut this shit up! Shut this shit up! Shut up, you fucking idiot! Shut the fuck up!
I'd buy that for $1.
And there's J-Sev. What does Vance have? The ability to tell the truth. Tell the truth? What are you fucking talking about? His whole fucking life is a lie, J-Sev. Now look, I want you to observe Donnie Jr. and Eric. They look like, you know, they're observing someone do as they're told. You know what I mean? Because it was Eric and Donnie that aided in pressuring Trump with his J.D. Vance pick. And let me tell you, if this damn assassination attempt was staged, then that would mean there would be a conspiracy of people to stage it. And those people then have something to hold over Trump to force Trump's hand on whatever the fuck they want. And I think that's what's happened here. I mean, Trump looks disgusted that he's here. Play this shit. See, look at Donnie Jr. He's basking because now they're in power. Now they're in charge. All right? They have nullified Trump of any kind of influence. They have now isolated Trump as nothing more than a figurehead. All right? He has now become the new Joe Biden. If he is elected president, he's not going to be in charge, and that's why he looks like, you know, he's taking a, you know, huge crap. Now take a look. All right, when he goes and sits with his sons and J.D. Vance, take a look at his reaction. Take a look at his reaction. Now, of course, he's basking in this. This is what he lives for. But watch as he approaches the area in which he sits with his family. Take a look at his reaction. He's very short with everybody. He is very short with it. He completely ignores Vance. And look, he's very short with his sons. And look at his sons are looking at him like, yeah, it's our time now, Dad. It's our time. And he's very short with his sons. He semi-ignores J.D. Vance.
Only fags SIP donos Lee that ghost.
What?
Gas the Yos 1,488 stomp trannies and
All
toss
right, now shut up. We're not. Shut your ass. Anyway, take a look at this. I mean, look at how short he is in this correspondence here.
Donald J. Trump as the next president of the United States.
Look, he completely ignores J.D. Vance. Did you see that? He completely ignores him. Let's play it again. Look at this reaction. This tells everything. Trump does not want to be there. Trump does not want to be there.
As the next president of the United States.
Look at him. Completely ignored J.D. Vance. And look at this fucking idiot Vance. He looks such a disingenuous piece of shit. This guy looks like he has like fucking teenage boy in his fucking trunk of his car. I'm not joking around. I don't fucking trust this guy. This guy came out of nowhere. I mean, he has no charisma. You know, he doesn't inspire anything. I have no idea why the fuck this guy's here, other than the fact that he was forced to be here, like I said, by the big tech folks, which are the money backing up both of these pricks and these pricks. He is surrounded now by folks that have something over him, and he is going to be forced to do whatever it is that they say. Why the fuck would he choose this guy who hated him up until 2 years ago? Why the fuck would he choose J.D. Vance, who said that Trump was America's Hitler? He propagated that whole Access Hollywood bullshit. I mean, he hated Trump. And then in the past 2 years, all of a sudden, this guy loves Trump, and miraculously he weasels his way into the vice presidency? That makes no fucking sense. And this is why Trump is snubbing him. Now, he eventually shakes his hand, but let me tell you something right now. These sons and Jesus.
Consider this a generous contribution to tonight's radio graffiti.
We're
fund.
not doing radio
I expect
graffiti.
you to follow through with
No, we're not doing radio graffiti, you idiot. Anyway, as I was stating, just take a look at the arrogant stare. I mean, I almost feel bad for Trump now, because now Trump is a prisoner of the fucking shit he created. And everybody that he had trusts around him have now used him in order for them to maintain power. He is now no different than Joe Biden. He is going to push policy with whatever who paid these people right here. They're going to push that policy. This is not Trump's policy anymore. This is not Trump's policy. That's why he snubs him here.
As the next president of the United States.
He fucking snubs him. He doesn't even want to fucking look at him. I look at Tesla Cyberheart. It's almost as if people can't change their opinions. Listen, you can like somebody and then not like them. You can't hate somebody and then love them. You can't do that shit. Give me a fucking break. That would be like Zelenskyy and Vladimir Putin getting together and having vodka. All right, give me a fucking break. You don't fucking hate somebody with a purple passion and then miraculously like them so much that all of a sudden you're going to be put into the inner circle so high that you're the fucking right-hand man to the guy you hated. So let me tell you something right now. I would have believed if you like somebody and then all of a sudden you hate them, but you can't hate, all right? You can't hate and then miraculously like somebody. No way. And dude, Trump looks sick being there. He looks utterly sick being there because he knows that he's been played. He's been played by everybody. He had his own power ambitions, and he has absolutely been played. His sons, the folks, all these chattering class people around him, the Laura Loomers and fucking Pools and the Bet Davids and all these fucking people that have grifted off his name for fucking since 2016, they all have something to do with this. The Alex Joneses, these folks have something to do with this. I mean, hell, they talked about it. They talked about this shit. Here, let me go ahead and play that clip, because I didn't play it on the last show, but let's go ahead and play it now. All right, here's Alex Jones talking about the best case scenario, quote unquote, and he talks about the assassination of Trump. Okay? I'm not joking around. The, quote, best case scenario is what he said. Unbelievable. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. All right. Capitalist Army investigation, and this was preliminary. This was on the 14th. I said that people within his own organization may have set him up, including some of his staunchest supporters. Some of them recently openly discussed this scenario. Now let's play this shit, all right? Play it.
And this is a message directly to every...
Hold on just a second. My bad. I should have fucking prepped this beforehand. All right, play this. This is off Alex Jones.
Single person on the deep state target list. My assessment, Ivan Raiklin's assessment, that if you assassinate any political presidential candidate, whether it's RFK, whether it's Trump, guess what? America will do the following immediately. They will respond in kind, and they know who you are because we've created the list. So if you go
and that's
to
a major
measures,
Rubicon. They should know that
immediately. You're going to see immediate response, and there are only a few buildings in Washington, D.C. that they will probably do that.
Well, I hope that's not the case, but these people are crazy.
And having said that, if they do that, option 2 behind Trump is going to be so much better for us and so much worse.
Well, I was about to
them.
say, if they kill him, that's best case scenario. From a sick level. From a sick level beating him, oh, please kill him, which do
you hear this?
It's so good after that.
Do you hear this? Please kill him is what he said. Do you hear this shit? That's what I'm telling you. These people gain from this big tech takeover because they continue to grift. They continue to propagate Trump as some fucking messiah. Even though Trump has no more power, he's been rendered useless. And now he's going to take orders from people that are backing up Vance, people that are funding Donnie Jr. and Eric. And these people are going to continue to profit. I mean, this is unfortunately the hell that Donald Trump created for himself. And there's too many people there's too much vested interest into making sure that this goes this way. And that's why this is going this way.
Oh, it's going to be the best cleansing and the fastest cleansing that we've ever seen in my lifetime. I assess with almost certainty, with the highest level of confidence, that if they assassinate Trump, it is so game over for them, and it's going to be so fast.
Now, you see that right there, folks? This has already been talked about. I mean, who's benefiting from all this? All the fucking chattering class of Trump. You know, all the quarterings and, you know, all these fucking people that make a serious living off of continuing to grift off of this Trump train. And you see, that's why these folks don't care about what's happening in this sideshow fucking GOP convention. Have you been watching this sideshow? Have you been watching it, for Christ's sake? Oh, my God. Do we have to go through this? I guess we have to go through this. I don't want to go through it, but I guess we have to go through it because, dude, it was a complete and utter sideshow the first day. A complete and utter sideshow. This isn't the Republican Party that I knew. All right? I don't know what this is. This looks like, in my opinion, the 2008 Democrat convention with Obama. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it fucking looks like to me. Because take a look at this. What do you have? You've got a socialist union guy that had a speaking engagement that still praises Joe Biden. Take a look at this. This guy had a speaking engagement. He spoke at the convention. He's a socialist Teamster fucking head, for Christ's sake. He's the head of the Teamsters. And guess what? Even with that speaking engagement and out there, you know, pro-Trump, he still gives Biden his credit. Look at this.
Joe Biden, as you well know, has a decades-long record of being one of the most pro-union politicians in America, the first president to walk a picket line with striking workers. You were there when he announced a $36 billion rescue plan for pensions for 350,000 Teamsters. And yet, you are the first major union or the last major union to endorse, and you haven't endorsed him. Why is he not automatically your pick?
Well, because look, I mean, he is definitely the most pro-labor president we've ever had, we've ever seen. And you're correct. He did fix pensions nationwide, not just the Teamsters, $100 billion.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
He has done a lot of work on behalf of the Teamsters.
He's
union,
praising Biden at the GOP convention.
Joe Biden, as you well know,
this guy's praising Biden at the GOP convention. Why did they even invite this prick? This is a socialist fucking asshole. He's a socialist unionist asshole. Why was this guy even invited? Why was this guy even invited? That wasn't all, folks. There was so much crap at this first fucking day of the convention. It was a disgrace. Take a look at this. Did you hear this, like, Sikh prayer? The Sikh prayer? Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. All right? The Republican National Convention, mind you. Take a look at this. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? This is the GOP convention, man.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey, Haywood. Yeah, I've been demonetized from YouTube for a while.
Dear Vaheguru, our one true God, we thank you for creating America as a unique haven on this earth where all people are free to worship.
Our one true God. Now, did you hear that God that she was talking to? People have done research on this God that she talked about, and it's a genderless entity. It's a genderless deity. I'm not fucking joking around. This was presented
at the Republican National Convention.
According to their faith. Receive your blessings and guidance for our beloved country. Please bless our people with wisdom as they vote in the upcoming election, and please bless with humility, honesty, skill, and integrity all those who conduct the election. Finally, we thank you for the Geopolitical spirit that we have witnessed in President Trump. That is, the tireless and uplifting spirit that is sustained even in the face of violent adversity.
Now, once again, I told you weird connections between J.D. Vance and a very high contingent of Indian folks. Not that that's bad, but this guy being connected with all these Indians, and then miraculously we had this Sikh prayer to some genderless deity at the goddamn convention. I mean, what the fuck is the GOP turning into here? And guess what? You've got folks that are, these chattering class idiots that are trying to justify this crap. They're like, well, we need all the votes we can get. We got to do all the votes that we can get. And by the way, she wasn't the only one that spoke. This fucking cunt. This Amber Rose bitch. And I don't even want to show her speech because she doesn't even need to be acknowledged. This is a woman that has admitted that she's a Satanist. This is a woman that participated in organized slut walks. All right? And you've got every Trump mouthpiece out there in the damn MAGA chattering class trying to justify this bitch speaking at the GOP convention. This is Amber Rose. She's a fucking whore. She's a slut. She's a self-proclaimed slut. She's got a fucking tattoo on her forehead, for fuck's sake. What the fuck? Oh my God, dude. This is the new GOP, by the way. All right? This is the new GOP. And I'm telling you, the reason you're seeing this freak show GOP convention is because big tech has taken control of the GOP. They have marginalized Trump, and now who's in charge? That's why they got J.D. Vance in charge. Because let me tell you something, if Trump, anything happens to him, that son of a bitch becomes president. J.D. Vance, we don't even know who the fuck he is. He came out of nowhere. And now all of a sudden, because he has some Hindu wife or Sikh wife, or, he fucking named his child Vivek, and him and Vivek, I don't know, fucking chew each other up the ass or whatever the fuck they do, all of a sudden, the goddamn GOP convention looks like the 2008 Obama DNC convention. I mean, give me a fucking break. And dude, if you think this is bad, oh, good God. If you think this is bad, take a look at this bullshit. I kid you not. Somebody decided to open up the Grindr app over there at the Republican convention, and by God, I mean, by fucking God, I don't even know if I want to show this. I don't even want to show this crap. But by God, I'll show it. Jesus Christ. This is the GOP. All right, this is the new GOP. Take a look at this shit. I'm not joking around. All right? Take a look. This is the fucking Grindr app here. Somebody opened up the Grindr app. Take a look at this shit. I'm not joking. And this, I can't believe that this is the Republican Party. And you folks that are hardcore Republicans, I can't believe that you're just accepting this crap. Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. This is the Grindr app. Take a look at all these people that are in this vicinity at the GOP convention. Take a look at this shit. Take a look at that shit. 0 feet away. 0 feet away. 0. Kinks, please. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's the GOP convention. Oh, my God. That's the GOP, man. Look at all these people. Look at them. Look. Oh, my God. The new GOP, ladies and gentlemen. The new GOP. The new GOP. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He hasn't stopped yet. He hasn't stopped. He hasn't fucking stopped. Oh, my God. All right, that's enough. I've had enough. All right, I've had enough. Jesus Christ. That right there, my friends, is the new GOP. All right? So if you're wondering why there's such a circus sideshow going on in the GOP, you can thank this big tech coup that has taken complete and total control of this GOP, of the Republican Party. I mean, even Elon Musk, take a look at this. He's going to fucking donate $45 million a month to a new pro-Trump super PAC backed by Peter Thiel and John Lonsdale and the Winklevoss twins. $45 million a month. And then once all this happens, folks, all the charges are being dropped from Trump all of a sudden. Have you noticed that? The documents case got dropped. They're going to kick Fannie Mae or what was it? Fannie Willis from the fucking prosecution over there in Georgia. All this shit. They're not going to pursue jail time in the New York case. You think that this is all a fucking coincidence? All right? Trump is playing ball, and now that he's playing ball, he is all of a sudden miraculously having all these things drop out of nowhere. All of a sudden, MSNBC decides to pull Morning Joe. All right, their big morning show. They decide to put Morning Joe, for Christ's sake.
Biden just announced he's dropping out. HTTP.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of the show that he's on his way out? Didn't I just tell you that he's on his way out? That is bad news for America. Because let me tell you something right now. Whoever the hell they choose is going to have the same foreign policy as J.D. Vance. Whoever they fucking choose is going to have the same foreign policy, and we're going to look like fucking chumps on the world stage. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. I'll get to that in a minute. Thank you very much for letting us know about that. But once again, big tech takeover of the GOP. That's why I'm telling you, the only difference, I just showed you the GOP. And it looks no different than the 2008 DNC convention with Obama. And I've told you time and time again, the only difference between Trump and Biden is foreign policy. That's it. And if we lose Biden, then the foreign policy goes away, and it's a duopoly. It doesn't matter who you vote for at this point. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Jesus Christ. And speaking of Biden, let's go ahead and talk about Biden since we're already, look at this. 2/3 of Democrats want Biden to step aside. All right, you're having a lot of people coming out telling him to, get out, get out. I mean, Chuck Schumer suspended, or at least prolonged, the gathering of delegates in order to anoint whoever's going to run for president in the Democratic Party. So you got 2/3 of the Democrats who want him out because, remember, he was a centrist, Joe Biden. Even though he pretended to be a progressive, most of his policies, especially on the foreign policy, was more centrist than progressive. The progressives aren't about all this war. The progressives aren't about, sending all this money and sending all these weapons to Ukraine. They're not about that. And neither is the Republicans. So I'm telling you right now, foreign policy was on the menu here. That was the vote. And now, who knows, baby? Who knows? Take a look at this. Before the announcement, Biden said he'd consider dropping out if a medical condition emerged. And then we heard just a little while ago that he got diagnosed with COVID. And now someone has just, here, let's just go ahead and go to that link, said that he is withdrawn from the race. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. Did he really withdraw from the race? Oh, you piece of shit. Luckily, I didn't, because it was a black dong, all right? So it was some black ding-dong, all right? Fucking asshole. It was a black, all right, anyway. Camaro RS09, the cool thing Musk has done, in my opinion, is the Tesla Roadsters. Dude, Teslas suck. Most people regret buying Teslas because Musk, he put them out initially at this high rate of money, high price ticket money, and then he slashed them by 40% and everybody's pissed. They're still paying notes on this shit. Anyway, look, it seems as if Biden is still in the race, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's pushed out. I mean, there is a lot of pressure on Biden, and I'm not too sure if he can handle it. And the last thing we need is Gavin Newsom or Michelle fucking Obama. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing we need.
Hey, Ghost. Long time no see. Just stopping by cause I thought I saw you on Grindr when I was at the GOP convention.
Yeah, real
If that
funny
was you,
asshole, all right?
Don't worry, I won't tell the wife.
Real
Cheers,
funny.
brother.
Put the PC shot on. All right, let's talk about Trump's foreign policy since we're talking about this. Take a look at this. Donald Trump suggests that he would not defend Taiwan from China. So right off the bat, you know, he's saying that, hey, I'm not going to defend Taiwan, all right, whatever's clever. Hey, anybody who wants to go run roughshod, go ahead. And we did this during World War I and World War II. And when we ignore problems, they end up at our doorstep. And you see, that's what most of you, kumbaya, let's hold hands and let's be peaceful and shit. That's what y'all don't understand. Foreign policy, as I've described it, as a professor that described it to me during International Relations 101 in college, foreign policy is a Mexican standoff. And every country has a gun to each other's heads. And the only reason that people aren't shooting or countries aren't shooting each other is because of diplomacy. You know, hey, look, if you shoot me, all right, this guy's going to shoot you over here, you're going to shoot you over there. So, hey, let's not shoot each other, okay? And you see, I know that some of you people are like, we're not the world police. That's why you're living in safety. All right, 833-24758 and all you man children who can be weak pieces of shit. That's why you can be weak, because you have been protected by this great United States military. All right? So once again, Trump working right into the enemies. All right, he's going to let China do whatever the hell he wants to do. He's going to, I guess we're going to abandon ship on Ukraine as well, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I do want to talk a little bit about China here, because China, you know, not looking too good. All right, it's not looking too good as far as I'm concerned, because take a look at this, and I reported this, that it has been reported in Asia, in some of the, some of the more underground type news organizations, that Xi Jinping has actually had a stroke. It has had a stroke, and take a look at this, put the PC shot on. Reports are coming out of Asia that Xi Jinping has had a stroke. And this comes as the Communist government of China is having an emergency meeting to discuss their spiraling economy due to Xi Jinping's fucking reforms. All right? And of course, you know, they're being very mum about it at China. They're not talking too much about it. All right? I mean, these are some supposed images that were supposedly leaked by this, but I can't confirm this. But there are a lot of folks out there in Asia that are suggesting that Xi Jinping has had a stroke. And this is consistent, folks, because Xi Jinping actually has brain problems. I mean, lest we forget, in 2022, he suffered a cerebral aneurysm. So I know that the communist government is trying to figure out what narrative that they're going to say, but if you want my opinion, folks, I think that the communist government took out Xi Jinping. I think that the communist government took out Xi Jinping, and wasn't I just talking about that on the last show? Wasn't I just talking about that? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. This was on the last show at...
I'd buy that for $1.
Tesla suitcase by electric car standards.
Yeah, I know.
They're good for battery storage systems. I got a battery system installed, and it not only saves a bunch of money for me throughout the day, but it also keeps the lights on during outages.
Yeah, he just said that Tesla sucks by electric car standards, and it really does. The problem is I think that Tesla pussyfooted around with the EVs, even though it had all this billions of dollars from our tax money funding this shit. I think that Elon Musk had his finger in too many pies, and now the industry is caught up. Now the industry is caught up. Yeah, real funny, asshole. Anyway, I want to go ahead and take a look at this, all right? Because, once again, I prognosticated this on the last show at 2 hours and 18 minutes and 33 seconds into the last broadcast. And I just want everybody to listen to this, all right? Because, I mean, I'm giving CIA levels of assessment here. Play it. Play this shit. China's not stupid. They realize that, I think we done goofed. Because take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. The Communist Chinese Party is going to meet, all right, to set, quote, a new direction for the troubled economy. Well, what they need to do, in my opinion, is get rid of this piece of shit right here. All right, Xi Jinping. This guy has a Mao Zedong fetish, and he attempted to try to reform the communist economy into a more Maoist type, centrist type situation, and it has failed completely. It has failed completely. And this guy is under a tremendous amount of pressure because he has lost face, in my opinion, with not only the people of China, but the bureaucratic system that is the communist government of China. Now, this Communist Party meetup is not going to be televised, unfortunately, because I'd like to, some inside look into what the hell these people are going to be proposing here. And this is going to be a very important meeting because it's going to set the direction on whether or not the economy is going to continue down this Maoist direction that has now been put forth by Xi Jinping, or they go back to the Jiang Zemin type of economy in which they open up their economy to the West and as a result continue to prosper economically. And the reason, and I've said it time and time again, the reason that the Chinese government is not doing too well is because of our decoupling economically. All right? They are no longer our leading trading partner. Our leading trading partner is now Mexico. And we're decoupling slowly, incrementally, and it's hurting China. It's hurting China bad. We talked about it on a couple of shows ago that Xi Jinping is trying to convince the EU to lift the electric vehicle ban that they have on Chinese EVs. And of course, the Europeans said F you because, well, anyway, everybody gets the point. All right, I just discussed, possibly eliminating Xi Jinping on the last show because that's exactly what the damn communist government needs to do. And unfortunately, for Xi, that is, it looks like they may have listened to the broadcast. Anyway, by the way, cat cans and everybody is saying that Rumble rants are having a little bit of a problem. Camara or somebody said that with a $10 Rumble rant, I'm a tard and I'm a member of the enemy right. Thank you very much. I appreciate whoever the hell that was. Eddie 324758 with a Rumble rant. Why are you using AI to doctor your show? Dude, there's no fucking AI doctoring the show, you idiot, all right? Look at the last show, wherever you're listening to this, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Rumble, whether it's on X. I mean, you can go listen, all right? I'm the prognosticator of prognosticators, man. I give CIA levels of assessment here. All right, so this is why I wanted to report on these very serious topics without you trolls pissing me off. Anyway, with that being said, the communists were having a very serious meeting on the economy. Now, what did they come up with? Put the PC shot on. China's Communist Party charts a technology and security-focused development for reviving their economy. All right?
Buy that for $1.
All right. Dude, listen, I'm not doing radio fucking graffiti, man. Shut up! Jesus Christ, man. I'm over here. I'm trying to give you CIA levels of assessment here. What the hell's your problem, man? Anyway, by the way, I gotta get to some buy me a coffees. I had forgotten some buy me a coffees, so let's go ahead and get to those here. All right, Jesus Christ, where are we? All right, let me get to buy me a coffees. Put the PC shot on, and let's see who we got here. We got. All right, we talked about Mike Wallace. Here's J-Sev. What does Vance have? The ability to tell the truth. People are reasonable for improving and ruining their own lives. To one audience while telling a lie, they are helpless pawns in the global elite. To another part of the same audience, perfect counterpart to Trump, and also you're a psyop. Well, thank you, J-Sev. And we got Haywood. Are you demonetized on YouTube? Dang, yeah, I've been demonetized for a year already. Also, I would be unhappy to be surrounded by that many goys and never mind. So I don't know what. I know what you mean by that, Haywood. All right, I know what you mean by that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, once again, the Communist Party is deciding that they're going to use technology and security to revive their economy. So that means that they could be potentially entertaining some confrontation with somebody to be in the war economy. But as I stated on the last show, the war economy is finite. And it doesn't last. It does not last. Anyway, let's talk about Russia, all right? Now, Russia, because that Trump looks like he's going to win the election at this point, right now. It looks like he may be favorable to win the election. Russia is heel kicking. Are you kidding me? Right after the assassination attempt, take a look at this fucking shit. All right, don't get me away. Here it is. Put the PC shot on. Russia conscripts more than 150,000 troops as Ukraine says it needs more arms. So here we go again. The classic Russia warfare tactic of sending wave after wave after wave of men until it overwhelms the enemy. This is what Russia has done historically when it comes to its warfare, and it seems like it may be gaining ground at this point, considering now that it is a little uncertain on whether or not the Ukrainians can trust the United States is backing anymore if Trump is elected. And look, I don't blame Zelenskyy for thinking that, because let me tell you something, it doesn't look good for America's foreign policy. All right? It absolutely doesn't look good for American. It doesn't. And it's sad, for Christ's sake. I mean, take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Trump boasts of good relations with Putin and condemns its sanctions. So, I mean, he's already putting it out there that he's going to let our enemies do whatever the fuck they want, man. That's why I'm telling you, there is no difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, at least when it comes to the social politic of everything. I mean, have you been watching the GOP convention? It all comes down to foreign policy. All right, it all comes down to foreign policy, folks. I'm telling you, Trump is in the pocket of Putin, China, and all these dictators. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But once again, he's not going to defend Taiwan. He condemns the fucking sanctions against Putin. And by the way, this is what Putin is waiting for. Putin is waiting for Trump to get elected. He pulls out his support in Ukraine. He takes over Ukraine. And then Trump begins to buy the oil and natural gas from Russia again, reviving their economy. That's what Vladimir Putin is waiting for. Unbelievable. And Eddie 324-758 with a Rumble rant. You said we had Russia on its heels a few weeks ago. We do. But Russia can continue to hold out and hold out and hold out. I mean, it only has a few months to do so. And if Trump wins, that's it. Trump's going to pull back support and it's over. And NATO is thinking about taking over, believe it or not. Did you hear about this? NATO is thinking about getting troops because they feel abandoned, by the United States of America. I'm not fucking joking. And I mean, this kind of goes in tune with what the CIA wants anyway. I mean, they do want like kind of a confrontation, with NATO and Russia, because like I told you, all right, if there's any nuclear weapons deployed, it's not going to be deployed towards the United States of America. It's going to be deployed towards Europe. And guess what? The prognosticator of prognosticators strikes again. Take a look at what they're airing on Russian television. All right? On Russian television, they're airing the following. All right? Put the PC shot on. Russian state television showed nuclear missile targets in Europe in a preemptive strike. Russia is now discussing a change in its nuclear doctrine, which currently only retaliates, not preemptively strikes, which is a Bush Jr. doctrine, by the way. And let's take a look at what it looks like.
Несложно
Let's take a look at what it looks like.
В случае, если короткий пресс-релиз Белого дома станет реальностью. Под угрозой без малого все европейские столицы, если наши ракеты встанут в Калининграде, Берлин, Варшава, все Прибалтика, Париж, Бухарест.
It's going to be Europe.
Конечно, американские базы в Германии. Гармии Шпартенкирхен, казармы Патча, Шпангдалем, Рамштайн. Особое внимание Британии, нашему традиционному врагу, так как против
So this is why NATO is a little concerned, to say the least.
Под удар Вашингтон ставит не только Лондон, но и Манчестер, I
mean, NATO is a little concerned.
Клайд в Шотландии, где король хранит ядерные ракеты Трайдент, Портсмут и Чатамскую верфь в графстве Кент. Британия в самом уязвимом положении. В принципе, достаточно...
Anyway, that's what I've been saying, okay? Now, unfortunately, because if Trump is elected, America is going to abandon ship on this, it's going to make it a lot easier of a decision for Moscow to do such a thing. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, because it looks as if we may be pulling our support if we do elect Trump, Zelenskyy is now trying to throw out the olive branch. Take a look at this. Zelenskyy wants Russia to take part in a new peace summit. The Ukrainian president's invitation to Russia's representatives to attend a peace conference in November suggests a softening of Kyiv's diplomatic stance against the backdrop of military difficulties. All right, so now all of a sudden Zelenskyy is pulling out an olive branch, which I think is a little too late. I mean, it's a little too late, and I mean, Zelenskyy, if there is peace, I think that's it for Zelenskyy. I think that Zelenskyy gets removed and executed if he comes to any kind of a peace agreement with Russia, in my opinion. All right? I mean, in my opinion, I'll get to you in a minute, President J, all right? But that's just the way it is, you know, and you know, it's not looking too good. Hey, there's cat cans. Hold on, we got a couple of Buy Me a Coffee donations. Let me acknowledge those, man. Cheers to the folks that are doing that. All right, let me get to these Buy Me a Coffee donations. And once again, cheers to everybody out there who's listening. Listen, I mean, I get it. You know, you want to troll and shit, but we got some serious business that we got to talk about out here. And I'm glad you guys are coming to grips with that. Anyway, President J, Ghost, I almost forgot. I'm glad to be a part of the TCR TGS troll song list. I was mentioned on it not once but twice. I love how much I live rent-free in your head. Love you, Ghost. Unban me from Rumble. I'll unban you after the fucking show. And cat cans, I want to be able to support the show, so I guess I'll give you a video. You can certainly save this, but it's relevant to TCR. This is a weapon that Russia had many decades ago. Can't imagine if they have it now. Well, it better be. It better not be some black ding-dong or some shit, dude. Let me see what the hell this is. Courtesy of cat cans, since it's pertinent. All right, put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. This is the Tsar bomb detonation. Let's take a look at it. I think this is all bullshit.
Desert island.
I don't think they have this shit anymore.
Of the Cold War, that the ultimate explosion took place. Novaya Zemlya, in the Arctic Barents Sea.
Apparently, we're having a technical issue with Rumble Rants right now.
Testing bombs of ever-increasing power.
Just FYI. And cheers to everybody at D-Live, too. I'm seeing everybody. YouTube, D-Live, Rumble. Look at all the people over there at X, man. Like 1,000 people listening at X. Now, look. I know this is a very intimidating view of the mushroom cloud and that sort of thing.
1961, they pushed the limits of explosive power further than they'd ever gone.
But I don't think they have this.
Or will probably ever go again. This bomb was codenamed the Tsar. It contained the equivalent of 58 million tons of TNT, or all the explosives used
even though they
in World War
eliminated
II,
him and fucking
multiplied by
shot
10.
him and his family. That's great.
The Tsar, the biggest bomb, the most powerful device mankind has ever constructed, was to be their masterpiece.
The masterpiece.
And a political showpiece, too. 6 camera crews were assigned to film this unique moment in history. The air crew were hand-picked. They'd been warned their safety couldn't be guaranteed.
Their safety couldn't be guaranteed. You got to drop the bomb, but we can't guarantee you're going to be safe. I just don't think they have these anymore.
The exact moment of release was controlled from the ground.
Remember, we had a nuclear deconstruction deal during the time of post-USSR with Boris Yeltsin. Y'all remember that?
More time to escape.
So I'm not too sure if they have these anymore. They barely have tanks and fucking weapons and shit.
They did escape, but only just. The plume rose right through the cloud layer and kept on rising.
Great.
It flattened out when the cloud was 40 miles high. The blast wave was still large enough to be measured on its third passage around the world.
Great.
Because the bomb was detonated 2 miles above the ground, there was very little radioactive fallout. But the Earth directly below the burst was seared by the intense heat. Rock had been turned to ash.
Nah.
The bomb was 4 times bigger than anything America has ever exploded. Why something so large?
The United States could develop very accurate missiles. The Soviets never mastered that technique very well, and to compensate for that, they really could level a very large area and take out their intended target without having to actually hit the target itself.
Now, the funny part about it is their development of all these nuclear weapons is what broke the USSR. I mean, you know, the USSR fell on its own. There was no guns, there was no revolution. I mean, it fell completely on its own because it depleted its own natural resources, which is why we're backing up Ukraine at this point in time. I mean, that's what you people don't understand. It was the foreign policy of containment by Reagan that systematically brought down the goddamn USSR and also brought down the Berlin Wall. And this is the kind of containment that we need to continue to do. This is what Biden's foreign policy is at this point in time, under the tutelage of Antony Blinken. So, in my opinion, even if they do have those nuclear weapons, they're not going to deploy them to America, all right? And if you believe that, then you're a fucking chicken shit, all right? That's all I got to say, all right? Anyway, with that being said, you know, Putin is still very, very paranoid. Take a look at this. Treason and espionage cases are on the rise in Russia since the Ukrainian war began. Yeah, no shit. No shit. All right? I mean, all you MAGA simps that are out here praising Russia and praising Putin, I mean, you would not want to live under this man's rule. You know, you would either be banned, jailed, or eliminated because many of you people, you can barely keep yourself together in a chat room environment, let alone anywhere else. And you mean to think that, come on, man. I can't believe you Russia simps. It just upsets me that we got people in America that are simping for Russia. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. And what's up to Zamboni driver with a diamond over there at Rumble? Or excuse me, D-Live, my bad. Anyway, with that being said, all right, let's continue on with some other news, all right? By the way, remember the North Korea-Russian connection? Well, I don't know what the hell this means, but take a look at this.
I'd buy that for $1.
Haywood, 1K on X. Maybe you should keep going or do radio graffiti. I got some more fucking news. What are you talking? I got some more news, you dick. Take a look at this. North Korean envoy drowned in Moscow pond. The head of an elite North Korean military delegation was deployed in Russia last week, and this person has been found dead. All right? Kim Grom-chol, president of the Kim Il-sung Military University, is said to have drowned while swimming in the Russian capital. So, I mean, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I mean, these guys have a connection. North Korea sends some military over to Moscow, and one of their leaders ends up dead. So, not going good for the North Korean-Russian connection right now. Let's just put it that way, all right? Not going very good. But what else is new? All right, let's move on to another country. All right, let's move on to some other news here. Let's talk about ISIS. Now, folks, take a look at this. ISIS continues to fuck shit up. And now it's in the country of Oman. Did you hear about this? Take a look at this. Islamic State claims responsibility for rare attack on Shiite Muslim mosque. So what did I tell you that ISIS, which is a CIA terrorist satellite, if you don't believe this, then you're an idiot. But why do you think that I said for time and time again that ISIS is deployed in order for people in the Muslim world to start doing war with each other, particularly the Wahhabists and Salafists against the Shiites? And that's exactly what's happened. That's exactly what's happened, baby. Islamic State taking a responsibility attacking a Shiite Muslim in Oman.
And if ISIS continues to do this, it may unearth this very, very bad schism that's within Islam, which is exactly what I've been saying they have been doing. This is the point. You have to understand, folks, okay? All right? All right, we're fighting them over there, so we don't have to fight them over here. And that's what many of you people just don't seem to understand. That's what you people don't seem to comprehend. All right? I mean, that's why you have these operations happening outside of the United States of America. And that's why I've been saying that the whole objective in the Middle East is to have, because remember, we got over 1.2 billion Muslims. 1.2 billion Muslims. And even if 10% of those Muslims are radicalized, that would strap a bomb to their chest and commit jihad, that's still a considerably big number. So what are you supposed to do? You can't round these people up. You can't go out and kill each and every one of them. What you have to do is manipulate the foreign policy necessary in order for these people to start killing each other. And look, that's exactly what's coming on. I mean, y'all remember I told you all that Iraq, all right, decided that it no longer wanted our help fighting off ISIS, fighting off terrorists. And the United States said, okay, we're going to stop. And didn't I say that the Islamic State was going to take control of not only just part of Iraq, but going into Syria? Well, take a look at this. All right. U.S. fears Islamic State comeback in Syria and Iraq. We don't fear it. We're a part of it. We stopped protecting Iraq and areas of Syria at the request of fucking Iraq, for Christ's sake. That's what happened. So be expecting a lot more from the Islamic State in this region here, okay? Be expecting a lot more from the Islamic State. They're a little quiet right now, but be expecting more from them, all right? Now, by the way, take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Just to emphasize what has happened. Remember, last year is when Iraq told us that they didn't want our help eliminating ISIS and other terrorists. Take a look at this. Islamic State attacks doubled in Iraq and Syria compared to last year. I'm telling you, man, this is what foreign policy black ops is all about. And this is right on time because, by the way, Bashar al-Assad is about to have a goddamn election. All right, so be expecting something to happen over there. Now, with that being said, let's talk a little bit about Pakistan, all right? Because we've been talking a lot about Pakistan. I've been saying that China has been muscling Pakistan because of the Belt Road Initiative, because of the Pakistan-China corridor, and nothing has gotten done because Pakistan is almost at the verge of a failed state because of terrorism. Now, we talked about a couple of weeks ago that the Pakistanis are implementing some kind of a war on terror in their country. The terrorist operation is called Azim Istikam, I think is how you call it. But take a look at this. Put the PC shot on the 28th issue of the Urdu language magazine Taliban. The Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan criticizes Pakistan's army's operation, its terrorist operation. The Muslim Ummah is being ruled by leaders who, in reality, have become agent of Jews and Christians. So, obviously, the terrorists, they're not really happy about them being cracked down on by the Pakistani government. And as a result, the Tehrik-i-Taliban has responded kindly. Take a look at this. Pakistan military says there are 28 dead in 2 separate militant attacks. So this operation against the terrorists in Pakistan is going nowhere. All right? It's absolutely going nowhere. So, I mean, as I've stated, if I were China, instead of trying to confront a nation state in some kind of a confrontation capacity, I would get the permission from Pakistan to send in the Chinese military into Pakistan and eliminate the Tehrik-i-Taliban, any kind of Al-Qaeda factions in there, the Balochistan separatists. Although, speaking of the Balochistan separatists, they actually had a delegation go in there and attempt to try to talk in a diplomatic capacity to the Balochistan separatists in Pakistan. Did you hear about this shit? Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Media delegation from Balochistan meets with Ambassador Hashimi. So, I guess part of this war on terror, because the Balochistans have been pulling off massive terrorist attacks, but their motive is different from the Tariqi Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Their motivation is separatism from the actual Pakistani state. So now what they're doing is they're trying to go and have some kind of diplomatic relations with them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with that being said, they're pulling out all stops over there in Pakistan in hopes of appeasing China, but I don't think they're doing good enough, because what happened today, I mean, this happened earlier today. Take a look at this. Pakistan summons Afghan diplomat to protest a suicide attack that killed 8 soldiers in northwest Pakistan. So this war on terrorism that Pakistan has implemented, I'll tell you right now, it is for naught. And I think that the biggest target right now for whoever's doing terrorism on Pakistan, whether it's the TTP, the Tariqi Taliban, or the Balochistani separatists, or Al-Qaeda, I think that the next target to be hit is the Gwadar airport that was just open, that was a part of a major Chinese investment.
Buy that for $1.
All right? Major Chinese investment. And hold on, let me get to some of these buy me a coffees. And cheers to everybody out there who's hooking it up, man. I appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at these buy me a coffees. And by the way, the reason I did a True Capitalist Radio today, because there's a lot of fucking news, man. And I would hope that not everybody out there is a goddamn troll, but I guess I'm wrong. I have no idea. Anyway, Haywood said 1K on X. Maybe you should keep doing radio graffiti. No! And Tanky Ride just started watching the show over on X, and congrats of having almost 1,000 people watching and almost 0 people chatting. Out of curiosity, how much do you pay your bot views? Dude, shut up, all right? The reason nobody's chatting is because of you fucking losers, all right? They're looking at you idiots flapping your fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard and recognizing that they don't want the attention of the likes of you, and that's why they're being quiet, you stupid jerk nuts. So sit there and shut your ass. Here, put the PC shot on. Look at this. We got 909 people listening on X, all right? So cheers to everybody out there who is listening on X. Cheers to everybody out there who is listening on YouTube, on Rumble, on D-Live. Cheers to everybody out there, baby. All right, so all you people that are talking shit that, oh, nobody listens to this and nobody... Listen to me. I have lots of people who listen. Just because you stupid 2-bit fucking loser man-child trolls who go to men's public bathrooms to watch men pee, just because you people think that, oh, I don't get it. I just want to be a retard. I don't get... Hey, doesn't mean that everybody else wants to, all right? Anyway, let me get back to, once again, the show here. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the show. We were talking about Pakistan. Let me go ahead and talk about something else here. All right, let's go ahead and talk about... oh, yeah, by the way, Pakistan and China hold a productive meeting to boost cooperation today. It's probably China telling Pakistan, what the fuck? All right, it's probably what it is, because there has been no dent in any of the terrorism since this terrorist operation by the Pakistani government. Not one. Not fucking one. So this is probably China telling Pakistan, figure it out, man, figure it out. All right, anyway, look, let me go ahead and wind this down here, all right? Because, I mean, we got a bunch of troll terrorists and cyber vermin that are just being scumbags anyway, all right? They're being scumbags. And what a minute, official shekel counter. It's finally good that you're talking serious shit, but please turn off the TTS. Nobody's even donating TTS today, so shut up, all right? Anyway, last but not least, folks, let's talk a little bit about Israel. Have you heard that Netanyahu is actively sabotaging the hostage deal because Netanyahu continues to want to go forward? And didn't I tell you that the United States was going to use Israel in order to do its dirty work in the Middle East? I mean, aside from Palestine, it's already approaching Lebanon with the Hezbollah situation. It's already bombed Iran, which I predicted, by the way, But Netanyahu, this guy is getting more brazen and more brazen, and he is in the same position as Vladimir Putin. He is so hated amongst his people, he cannot afford to win or lose this war. He has to continue to go forward in order for him to sustain power. And of course, he's going to continue to do it. He's dedicated his whole life to this shit. I mean, you could find old clips of a young Benjamin Netanyahu discussing the Israeli-Palestinian issue. And this guy, of course, was in the army. He did a lot of... So this guy is completely pot committed. And unfortunately, I don't think anybody heard during the debate, but old Trump said that Israel should be allowed to go in and, quote, finish the job. Now, I don't know how you interpret that.
I'd buy that for $1.
Prove they're not bots by opening up the RG line to them. 1x views?
I don't have to prove it to
shine.
Let me tell
Big
you
man.
something. I don't have to prove anything to you stupid jerk nuts, all right? So why don't you dog farting, fetish having, sphincter fingering, foreskin muzzle loving, used condom sucking pieces of turkey tit sucking, nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking, chicken eating corn boy trash? Why don't you take that shit the hell out of here? I don't have to prove nothing for nobody, to none of you pricks. You know what? I'm sorry, folks, all right? I'm going to take some time. I'm doing me right now, all right? Where's my pipe? I'm going to smoke some tobacco, all right? I'm smoking some tobacco, all right? And this is the tobacco that I get from the Mexican kid that sells candy apples on the corner. He's the one that hooks me up. And any of you people that talk shit about that, what are you doing for ethnic minorities, all right? I'm giving fucking economic opportunity out here. Aside from me buying tobacco from this Mexican kid that sells candy apples, I buy some fucking, the fucking tamales from his, what does he call it? The Walita. Or the fucking old lady that lives there and shit, all right? I'm providing economic opportunities for minorities. What the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ. Give me a smoke here, all right? Hey, by the way, the strain of tobacco. Oh, Jesus Christ. And what's up to Twinkle Tard? All right, I'll get to yours in a minute there, Twinkle Tard. But the strain of tobacco that I am smoking here is called Midnight Blood Fart. Don't ask. Good God, don't ask. But I'm going to do me here for a second, and then we're going to go back and talk about some more issues, all right? All right, so cheers to Twinkle Tard. Let me go ahead and take a smoke here. I'm sorry, I'm doing me right now. I'm sorry, I'm doing me. That's it. Gotta hold it in, let it hit the brain. Hold it in, let it hit the brain. And by the way, I have one of those toilet paper rolls. All right, you put a fucking, you put one of those fabric softener fucking things on the end and you blow it out. Believe it or not, your house will not smell. I'm not joking. All right? I'm not joking. For tobacco, of course. I'm talking about tobacco. But anyway, Netanyahu actively sabotaging the hostage deal, according to sources. And of course he is. Of course he... Hold on, wait a minute. Five-finger prostate punch. I've been a good boy this show. Can we get a radio graffiti? Listen! Stop asking me about goddamn radio graffiti, you fucking dicks! All right? Listen to me. Oh, God. You guys are going to have to give me a fucking break. You know that? You guys gotta give me a fucking break, man. All right? And look, everybody is hating.
I'd buy that for $1.
Not doing radio graffiti would be a pretty big issue. Listen, you people are starting to piss me off, all right? Cut the shit! I'm trying to get through my show here! Eddie 324-758, I'd accept a Dateline. Dude, listen, you idiots. Maybe I'll talk to you in, like, I don't know, Down syndrome. It's not the Ghost Show. It's not the Ghost Show, you idiot! Good God, man. I mean, do I fucking talk to you in Morse code? Fuck your ass. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to take another smoke, folks. As you can see, these people in the chat rooms that are flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, talking a bunch of malarkey to me, are pissing me the fuck off, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to give CIA levels of assessment here, and this is the kind of crap that I get. And you all are hearing this text-to-speech bullshit. Jesus Christ. Give me a smoke, you fucking milky licking, stupid rose-butted asshole having, anal secretion sucking, socialist schlonghead licking, pedophile priest probing pricks. Jesus fucking Christ. Give me a smoke, for Christ's sake, man. Give me a fucking smoke. Gotta hold it in, you know. Gotta hit the brain. Gotta hold it in and hit the brain, man. And we got five-finger prostate punch. If I stay quiet for the rest of the show, can we get a radio graffiti? How about no? An excrement J.D. Vance would do radio graffiti. He's a man of the people. Go fuck off on that shit. Fuck J.D. Vance. Fuck that uncharismatic, looks like he has a 10-year-old boy in his fucking car piece of shit. All right? We don't even know who this fucker is. All right? He hated Trump up until 2 years ago, and then some, I don't know, through this coup that they've thrown on the GOP, he's weaseled his way into vice presidency. Unfucking believable. You know, why don't you all just shut the fuck up when you're talking to me in the chat room? How about that shit? Why don't you all shut the fuck up when you're talking to me, man? All right? I'm out here. I'm giving you fucking CIA levels of assessment here. Don't you understand that? Good God.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, fuck you, dude. And that's not even $5 because you idiots are fucking, what is it, Turkish lira? I need to take Turkish lira off as a fucking donation option because Turkish lira is dog shit. Give me a break. I'm giving CIA levels of assessment here. Can you just give me a break? All right, I'm sorry, folks. These Magic Johnson toilet licking, rusty trombone playing, Cincinnati bow tie receiving, blue ball blowing, anal object aficionado pieces of shit in the chat room are really starting to piss me the fuck off. I'll tell you that right goddamn now. I've been given CIA levels of assessment, and all I get is nothing but fucking grief, for Christ's sake. And five-finger...
I'd buy that for $1.
It was always the Ghost Show. You were the host with the... Dude, hey, well, don't even compare True Capitalist Radio to the Ghost Show, all right? People listen to the True Capitalist Radio Show for the financial insight, for the political and social commentary. So don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. And five-finger prostate punch, I also got a pay increase for $4.50 an hour. Well, good. I'm glad you're moving on up, all right? You should be listening to the theme song of the Jeffersons, all right? And doing a little dance while you're doing, we moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. All right, I'm sorry, folks. You see, when you get exposed to the amount of mental retardation that comes from these troll terrorists and cyber vermin, you know, they bring you down to their level. I hate to say that, man. They bring you down to their level. Unbelievable. Let me take another smoke, and I'll try to continue. I will try to continue. Give me a smoke. Once again, the strain of the tobacco is called Midnight Blood Fart. And, of course, I got it from the Mexican kid that sells candy apples on the corner. We got Eddie 324-758. I've always listened to TCR for the audio files. It gives me a laugh break from your erroneous self-fellatio ego. Dude, fuck you, all right? I'm not a fucking egomaniac, for Christ's sake. I'm a man of the people. What are you fucking talking about out here? I'm a melting pot of friendship. I'm a nice guy. The hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so sick and tired of you people. You know what? Take the fucking, I'm done. All right? I'm fucking done. You know what? I'm rewarding the people over there at fucking D-Live, all right? Hey, D-Live, I'm going to give you guys like 2,000 fucking lemons, all right? Give them 2,000 lemons. They were fucking cool. You people at Rumble have turned into a pimple on the ass of life.
I'd buy that for $1.
Dude, first of all, that's not $5. That's like fucking 3 and change or something because the Turkish lira is dog shit. All right, so give me a break. And Five Finger Prostate Punch, man of the people, hates 95% of us. Well, you got to figure that shit out on your own. Yeah, I'm just saying, you got to figure that shit out on your own. I like the serious people. I don't like these troll terrorist cyber vermin, man, that go around the internet like little fucking goddamn rodents with their fucking teeth. Fucking hate that shit. All right? And trolling the interwebs, right? Wait a minute, Rumble rants are back. Yeah, there were some technical difficulties with the Rumble rants. Apparently, they're trolling the interwebs. All right, look, let's get back, or at least let's try to get back to, a little bit of some fucking decency here. And by the way, the numbers continue to go up over there on X. Take a look at that, 979 views. And I want to say cheers to everybody out there on X. If you haven't done so, please add to your, follow me on X, The Ghost Report. All one word, no underscores. And also my official website, ghost.report. All right? Ghost.report is the official website of yours truly. No matter what happens to me on any social media platform, you can find me at ghost.report. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to some totally useless news. How about that shit? How about some totally useless news? Take a look at this. You can never have too much money. Happiness, researcher finds. And of course, this is at the Wharton School of Business. But let me give you a little bit of an insight on money, okay? I want you all to know that money can either be a great thing or it can be a curse. It can be a great thing when you have people that you love prior to you even being rich or wealthy. If you have a significant other, if you have a family, if you have friends, genuine friendships, if you have established relationships of people who like you before you have money, then that's a good time to get money. But if you're a single person, male, female, trans, two-spirited, androgynous, whatever, non-binary, whatever, if you're an individual and you get rich, it is going to be a curse on your life because you have no significant other that you can share it with. You've got nobody that can keep you in line and have you remember that the important things are the relationships that you can't buy with money. Sure, can you buy somebody for your own sexual playground? Sure. But are you going to have any kind of meaningful relationship with that person? No, you're not. And that's why, folks, if you take a look at young people or single people, young single people or single people, when they get rich, their lives go out, they go out of control. A very good point, or a very good example, is this young little whore, what's her name, the baddie or something, that Cash Me Outside broad from the Dr. Phil show. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Anyway, the Cash Me Outside girl, all right, she was on Dr. Phil because she was some troublemaking little broad, and she was like 16 or something when she was on that show, and because she made that comment, Cash Me Outside, it went viral, and she became an overnight viral sensation. Yeah, Bad Baddie, or whatever the fuck her name is. Well, when she turned 18, all right, Bad Baddie, or Cash Me Outside girl, she decided to do an OnlyFans. And there were actually so many fucking perverts that wanted to see this barely legal girl naked that she made like 20 or, well, no, I think it was like 50 million, some obscene amount of money on OnlyFans. It's just an obscene amount of money. I think it's like 20 or 50 million, something obscene. And what did she do with all that money? Well, she recently got into some domestic squabble with an urban demographic gentleman that she took in, I'm assuming, as her boyfriend in her mansion.
I'd buy that for $1.
Can we get a Pinochet Brea? We've not heard from him in a long time. I miss the pupper. 333.
Don't worry about it. Pinochet's fine, all right? All right? Anyway, as I was stating, she recently got her ass beat, the Cash Me Outside broad, from her urban demographic boyfriend who literally beat the shit out of her. And what this bitch is finding is that now she has put herself in a position where she has all this money. But because she was such a foul individual going back into her teenage years, that she has no genuine connection with anybody. And when you have no genuine connection with anybody, you can't trust anybody you meet because now you're a rich person. And let me tell you something, folks, from a rich person to telling you all, when you're known to have money, everybody you meet is sizing you up to see how much they can sucker out of you, how much they can juice out of you. And it doesn't need to be strangers. It doesn't even need to be friends. Honestly, it could be even your family. And that's why I'm telling you, it's very important as a young person to establish relationships. All right? If your parents love you, then appreciate them. Tell them that. And tell them that you appreciate them. And keep those bonds of being close. Beyond money. Beyond any kind of materialistic reason. And keep those people close. Because when you get money, it makes it that much better. You know, the people that you love, they're around you, they're having a good time, you're having a good time. That's when money is great. But if you're a single person and you have a lot of money and you don't have any personal connections, you don't have any kind of connection with family, anybody, then you're going to live a living hell because everybody that you think that you meet from that point on, everybody that you meet is going to be sizing you up to see what they can juice out of you. And that's why many of the people that are lottery winners, you know, many people that are young stars, many people that are, you know, young movie stars, many people that are young rap stars and rock stars, they suffer the same situation in which they can't trust anybody because they didn't realize before they were rich that they needed to establish those things that were important. And the things that are important are family. And look, I didn't have a good family upbringing. My mom and dad didn't really give a shit about me or my siblings. And I don't really give a shit about that extended family over there growing up. Well, with the exception of a few of them. So I made my own family. I made my own family, and I got with Mrs. Ghost a long time ago, and I am the patriarch of my family. I feel appreciated. I'm respected in my family. I love everybody in my family, and that's what keeps me going every day. That's what keeps me getting up and wanting to go out and maintain my businesses, sign the checks on people's fucking paychecks that I got to go out every week. All that bullshit, because that is what is important to me. What's important to me is family. It's the friends that I have. Now, look, I don't have real friends. I mean, I've already given you that soliloquy about friendship. All right? I mean, and those that haven't heard it, let's just put it like this. Friendship, 99% of the time, is one side of the friendship weighing down the other side. Whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, you know, whether it's whatever. It could be anything. But I still have acquaintances. I still have people that I consider very close. I could call up, say, hey, you want to go to a bar? I appreciate those things. And that's what's important. All right, so when you want to go out and you want to make a lot of money, that's great. Money's great. I'm not saying money's bad. Money is great. It's great when you have a wife or you have a husband or you have a significant other. It's great when you have family and you can, you know, give them things and they can appreciate you for it and you love them. It's unconditional because they knew you, they loved you before that fucking money. But when you're by yourself and all you have is your money, then you're going to find yourself in a very lonely situation where, yeah, you've got all this material, but you ain't got nothing inside. You've got no soul. You got no love. You've got no understanding of who you are. So, yeah, don't get me wrong. There's never too much money. But when you become rich and you don't have a foundation on who you are, then that's what puts you in a direction of self-destruction. And that's why most of the folks that are single, that get rich, most of the stars, most of the movie stars, the fucking rock stars, rap stars, all these people, fucking people that made some kind of a tech company and they're fucking filthy rich, that's why these people all destroy themselves, because they had nobody. And that's why I'm encouraging each and every one of you, if you do have somebody that you love and that loves you, for no other reason for you. It could be your folks. It could be your brother, your sister. It could be your cousin. It could be your friend. If you have people that love you for you, that's worth money. That's worth more than money, excuse me. And adding money to that only makes it better. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm really serious about that. I just think people have a very misconception about money, that all I need is money and everything will be fine. No, it won't. Not without people to enjoy it with. And that love you outside of the fucking money. That if the money ran out, they'd still be there. And they would still love you. That's what this fucking life's about. Anyway, sorry, folks. I don't want to be fucking, Tony Robbins here. We got Eddie, 324758. Got to pay the toll. All right, and I understand what you mean by that. And then Eddie, 324758. When do you think your nephew will pay the toll? Fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. You see, I go over here. I'm trying to be sentimental with you pricks. You know what I mean? I'm trying to give you guys some fucking wisdom, some fucking insight, and this is what I get from you fucking trolls. You goddamn motherfuckers. Put the PC shot on. Cheers to Twinkle Tard. Hi, Ghost. What do you think about Darden restaurants buying Chewies? Well, let me tell you something. Darden used to be a very good investment until they peaked out at around, I think it was 2013 or 14, when they had to switch CEOs. And I haven't really followed that industry, because I'll be honest with you, Twinkle Tard, I don't like the restaurant industry, particularly when it comes to investing. All right, I got burnt by one stock. I'll tell you a story about it. It was some kind of a fucking weird concept, but it was kind of I thought it was like an adultish, kind of a concept. It was called Cozy Restaurant. The symbol on it was, what was it? COSI. And I invested in it right when, on the ground up, like an IPO. It was one of my first actual, restaurant type of investments. This was a while ago. And I held on to it, and it actually went up considerably. Don't get me wrong. It went up considerably, and what I've seen in most restaurant plays is that if you have a successful restaurant or some kind of a conglomeration of restaurants, they continue to gradually go up through the years. I think a good comparison is Domino's Pizza. If you take a look at the Domino's Pizza chart within the past 15 to 20 years, it has outperformed Google. It has outperformed Google. So when it comes to the restaurant industry, it's hit or miss. And Cozy, I was hoping that it would be one of those, fucking ones that goes to $100, $200. It fucking crapped out. And look, I didn't lose money, don't get me wrong. I just held that too long, anticipating a bigger run when it didn't happen. And I sold off, and consequently, they fucking went out of business. But I don't know, man. I am not a big restaurant buyer when it comes to investing. I wish I would have invested in fucking Domino's Pizza. I absolutely wish, because the big run-up came within the past 20 years. Actually, it came within the past 15 years. If you would have bought Domino's Pizza 15 years ago, if you would have probably 1,000 shares, you'd be at least close to a millionaire right now. I'm not fucking joking around. At least close to a millionaire. Anyway, cheers to Twinkle Tard. I'm glad to see you listening to the broadcast. Cheers to you and your boy Devious Dave out here, which I'm surprised you're not making a little bit of a quib of Devious Dave. But cheers to you, Twinkle Tard. And we got Haywood. It was always a ghost show. You're the host with the most STDs. Oh, great. My fans, by the way. All right. Anyway, folks, take a look at this. If you want to chat with us, if you want to come kick it with us, I'm going to be in the True Capitalist Radio member chat after this broadcast, and we're going to be talking about shit. And I go in there almost every day, and we have great, serious conversations. I know a lot of these idiots are saying it's a safe space or whatever the case might be. Listen, people just want to talk sometimes, and they want to talk about politics. They want to talk about finance, stocks. Serious issues. And you don't need internet drama. You don't need internet trolls. You don't need this shit to interrupt it. So that's what that room is. It's a very strict policy of just serious discussion, and I appreciate everybody that's in there. So once again, the True Capitalist Radio membership, you can get it for $10 or $25. We're also going to have, some contests in there, which I'm actually going to broadcast in there and let everybody know. But anyway, if you like serious conversation and you don't want to deal with these stupid fucking internet drama, internet blood sports, any of this crap, hook it up at the True Capitalist Radio basic membership. Great conversations in there. I'm not even kidding around. All right. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I tried to, convey a lot of shit. And I'm going to unban the folks on X. I'm going to unban the folks on Rumble. All right. And Five Finger Prostate Punch still in waiting for my... All right. Come on, Five Finger Prostate Punch. Anyway, look, I'm going to get to a ghost show either tomorrow or Baller Friday. All right? All right, ghost show either tomorrow or Baller Friday. I'm going to see... because, look, I have a very full schedule. And it's been very, very hot as of late. It's like a fucking 105-degree heat index and shit. And, when you're out there on the road, you're doing shit, you got to... I got shit to do. The fucking shit gets a little tiresome. It gets a little tiresome, and it wears me out to the point where I don't think that I want to do a 10 fucking hour goddamn show. All right? So that's why I'm a little tentative whenever I say, hey, we're going to do a ghost show here, going to do a ghost show here. It's either going to be Thursday or Friday, but for sure, we are doing a ghost show. All right? For sure. Anyway, hold on, wait a minute. What's up? What's going on? It's about to happen. What are you talking about? It's about to happen, Devious Dave. Also, shout out to Twinkie and his zebra cakes. I was waiting for that. What do you mean it's about to happen? Let me see this shit. What is about to happen? Oh, no. Oh, man. Here we go. They're pushing Joe out. I knew this was going to happen. Although, if they're going to run Kamala... I think Kamala will be the same yes man as fucking Joe Biden and will continue the foreign policy. I hate to say that. I hate to say that. Long John Silver's Inc. to the moon. Buy low, sell high. Long John Silver's, dude, I don't even know if Long John Silver's even makes money. Every time I see a Long John Silver's, there's barely anybody there. Anyway, Five Finger Prostate Punch. You got 20 minutes, kick a radio graffiti. Dude, listen, we'll get to a long radio graffiti for hours on the Ghost Show, all right? And by the way, I have the Ghost Show in the evenings after 8, and they are tomfoolery based. I'm pretty sure you can get a little bit of a fucking whiff of it just observing some of the trolls here. All right, it is tomfoolery based, so let's just keep that in mind. Anyway, look, I'm just concerned that if they replace Joe Biden with a Gavin Newsom or a Michelle Obama, we're in some serious trouble. Kamala, I mean, you all heard Kamala. She's a fucking idiot, all right? She's a moron. So that says to me that she's going to do what she's told, and she's probably going to continue the foreign policy that has been implemented in this administration, and that's all I'm for. I mean, that, in my opinion, that is the issue for this election. I just showed you the circus liberal sideshow that was the GOP convention this week, and it's still going on. I mean, you can't tell me the sites that you saw at the GOP convention this week don't compare to the DNC convention of 2008. I'm not even joking around. How much for radio graffiti? Dude, don't treat me like I'm some fucking 2-bit whore, please. All right? Don't you dare. Don't you dare start doing that shit like I'm some fucking 2-bit whore on Nickel Night or some shit. Anyway, once again, look, why is everybody fucking talking shit, dude? Listen, foreign policy is the only issue that separates Biden from Trump. That's it. I mean, look at, do I have to show you again? Do I have to show you all the Grindr ads that were active during the goddamn convention? Do I have to show you this? Do I have to show you that? Let's just, you know what, show them again. All right, show it again. All right, here it is. This is the Republican convention. Somebody opens up the Grindr app. All right. Fucking Five Finger Prostate Punch, $50. $50.
That for $1.
You don't live in San Antonio. You are a no chicken express here. What are you talking about, Haywood? Anyway, look, take a look at this. I just want to remind everybody, this is the new Republican Party. This is at the Republican convention. Somebody opens up their Grindr. Take a look at this. All right, take a look at that. 0 feet away. 0 feet away. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Kinks, please, by the way. Look at this shit. The Republican convention, the GOP convention, the new tech coup that has taken over the GOP. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? And look, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of these profiles are like door open, ass up. I mean, give me a break. Oh, my God. The new Republican Party, folks. The new Republican Party. That's great. That's just great. Take this shit off of here. Take it off. All right, take it off, for Christ's sake. And by the way, for all those that don't know, take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. Take a look at this. All right. An executive of the gay dating app Grindr says that the Republican National Convention is basically Grindr's Super Bowl. So take a look at that. Huh? Oh! So give me a break that it's fake. The fucking Grindr executives are saying this shit. And look at five-finger prostate punch, another $10. How much more goes time to start dancing? Time to start dancing, you asshole. Are you serious? Why are y'all fucking doing this shit, man? All right, why are y'all doing this shit? Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, look, I really don't want to do radio graffiti, man. And look, if I do radio graffiti, I'm not doing a ghost show. How about that shit? If I do a radio graffiti today, I am not doing a ghost show, all right? Because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this bullshit. All right. So what do you want it? What do you want? I'm not joking around. If I do a radio graffiti now, I'm not doing a ghost show until like fucking, I don't know, next week or some shit. I'm not even joking around.
I'd buy that for $1.
We fully endorse Long John Silver's. And look at fucking trolling. I'll take that deal. All right. All right, y'all heard that shit? No ghost show. All right, there you go. And before I do, let me go ahead and hook it up with the treasure chest over there at D Live. All right, I hooked it up with 2,000 lemons over there at D Live, and they're always cool over there at D Live. Even though I don't really like the system that they have over there with the lemons and this new stupid fucking piece of shit cryptocurrency. But anyway, regardless. Let's go ahead and open up the treasure chest for everybody out there, all right? So let's go ahead and do this in, everybody ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and open up the treasure chest, all right? And I'm going to let everybody know what it is that everybody got. And I think I'm going to close down X and YouTube if I do this radio graffiti. So if you want to listen to radio graffiti, go ahead and go either to Rumble or D Live to go ahead and see that stream, because we're going to have to close this down. Because let me tell you something right now, YouTube and X, you know, they're a little stringent when it comes to some of the things that you idiots like to do, all right? Because it's your fucking fault. It ain't my fault. It's your fault. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to the lemon getters. Angry Goy JJ got 360 lemons. Yo Little Ghosty got 207 lemons, excuse me. Thrustazar, 150 lemons. Bayonet with 119 lemons. And Bleach V with 100 lemons, all right? And I didn't close X last time. Yeah, they kind of censored my shit, so I'm gonna turn it off this time. All right. So all the folks on X that are listening, all right, make sure to hook it up. Look, we had over 1,000 people on X. Take a look at this shit. We got like 1,000 fucking people on X. I'm not even joking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe I won't close X. All right. Maybe I won't. All right. I got a lot of fucking people. How many people are on YouTube? How many fucking people are on YouTube? I got to take a look at this. How many people are on YouTube? We got 150 people on YouTube. We got about 100 people over here on D Live. And how many people do we have on Rumble, for Christ's sake? Let's go take a look at Rumble. How many people do we have in Rumble here? Let's take a look. We've got 200 people over there at Rumble. Hey, whoa, shit. We got 200 people at Rumble. All right, so we got a lot of people listening in. So let's just go ahead and, I guess, get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast for a little bit, all right? For a little bit. For a little fucking bit. And let's get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast. And I'm talking about radio graffiti! That's right, folks. Radio graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do, and hold on, people want me to drop some links in here. Here, let me drop some links for the D-Live. Hold on just a second. People want me to drop the links for the D-Live for people. So let me go ahead and do that for the YouTubers, all right, before I get to anything, because everybody wants to go to where we're going here. Links for the D-Live. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go ahead. Here, I'm going to drop the D-Live link in the YouTube. There it is right there. So there is the Rumble. So we're going to shut down the YouTube chat because, they're a little stringent. All right, they're a little stringent. So cheers to everybody on YouTube. Thank you very much for listening. And make sure to spread the word about the True Capitalist Radio Show. And by the way, consider becoming a True Capitalist Radio member. All right? If we get enough members, we're going to eliminate the trolls. All right? If we get enough members on the True Capitalist Radio member chat, we can eliminate the fucking trolls, man. So please consider it. Anyway, with that being said, cheers to everybody on YouTube. Until next time, I'm out of here. Woo!